us maybe, you know, get down tonight? I don't know. What do people do in Dungeons and Dragons?
Okay.
I mean, apparently all of the
that
above.
depends on your class.
Baldur's Gate.
Some of us fight dragons. Some of us fuck dragons.
Okay.
Some do both.
I've seen a not insignificant minority reinvent advertising, and that kind of kills me inside.
Oh, I forgot to open this. But that's okay, because I will probably not use it. But it will make
Advertising.
it will make a bunch of noise on stream, which I'm sure my 0 viewers will not appreciate.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So,
Okay.
friends, ladies and gentlemen, and everybody else, anybody want to talk about what happened last time?
We didn't die.
We fought Graves, and Brando made the decision to let Cinnamon's mother have him in order to protect the people, because Brando is the mayor, and he will try to be responsible.
Holy shit, you guys. Way to undersell and describe last session as the most boring thing possible.
I'm hearing all...
I'm only a part of it. There's more. Feel free to chime in.
Okay, hey, Twitch.
I'm hearing all of this in character.
We fought our arch nemesis for like the 4th time, and we broke our losing streak. We won against all odds, against 0 spell slots, 0 rages, 0 fuck everything. We won.
His clock landed on just.
For those of you that speak Homestuck, yes.
And then they towered over what was left of him and threw a sword at his head and said, "Get dunked on, nerd."
Yep. I hit him with a really hard smite. I think the only time I've ever smited in this game.
You've smited before, but you've never smote so hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And lo did Cyrus smite the smitiest smite.
Smitiest smite. Also, Wilhelm was dead, but we brought him back.
Yeah, and the one casualty we did take was fixed immediately.
Yep.
And then
we heard the Wilhelm scream and everything.
There was a lovely scene where...
Oh my god. Now I'm angry at myself. That was such a perfect fucking opportunity. Oh my god.
Play the sound effect now. If you haven't,
trying to
play
make
it
things
now.
tense. You were trying to make it scary.
Oh.
Yeah, no.
Always more opportunity.
It's fine. In the final edit, you can do the quick 10-second flashback, insert the clip, and then jump cut back to present.
Yeah, exactly. It would, because at the time it was very intense and very sad. Like, to drop the Wilhelm there, out of everything that's happened in this campaign, to drop the Wilhelm at that moment would have been the most tonally dissonant thing I've ever done as a dungeon master.
Probably, but now that we have a happy ending and it's all fine, we can joke about it.
Yeah. I'm just sad I didn't even think about it. Not once did I think, obviously the character named after the sound effect should utilize the sound effect once or twice.
Well, it's really funny because the guy whose name is Graves is now certainly in one.
Yep, Graves became the first Grave.
It's
Graves
full circle.
He's also our church Grim now.
Yeah. Although
that's fine.
Yeah.
He will never have his purpose stolen from him ever, ever, ever again.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
There you go.
We all got what we wanted in the end.
Mm-hmm.
Raises up his head.
Wild blubbers in 2 hands.
Yeah, his flattened ass head.
Brando has his ass in his lab.
There was a very touching scene between Pemberley and Wild last time.
Also that.
That should be go back and watch. But then other than that, Brando's got his butt.
I couldn't
And
have
then-
his core. There was no core, so I had to take something.
We
And
went to
Rook took the arms. Otherwise,
Yeah,
I would have taken a fist.
Hmm.
Grook immediately. What was it? By the way, Grook was kind of a badass.
Oh,
I also
Gurk was
don't think
fucking
she-
stupid crazy good.
I don't think she's ever been a badass when I played her.
Well,
She
she's
found out
never
all the Pokemon and everything.
she's never been in anguish before.
It's true. I feel like she needs a level in Barbarian.
When Grook takes the weights off, then you feel the
Yeah.
dread stench rage.
It's
So
the best
proud
use
of
of pocket sand ever.
Mhm.
Yes. Pocket sand.
Did we
Dude,
ever
pocket
have Rook?
sand.
Oh.
Oh, I was just gonna say pocket sand for the advantage. Yeah, that was super sweet.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Did we ever have Grook and Pemberley interact? I forget.
Yeah,
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Tiny bit.
Yeah.
Okay.
There were a couple dread stenches that I think she was introduced to when we were partying the night before. Everything went terribly wrong. Remember
Yeah.
when everyone was drinking?
Yeah. Remember
Yeah.
6 months ago, the night before?
And then the next day, I spent all my spell slots making sure everyone wasn't hungover.
Mhm.
Yep.
Good times. Making bad decisions.
I was helping.
I had forgotten. So my apologies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So a plan has been devised by our friends to actually divide up their efforts in multiple directions, since there is many things to do, and
Too much to do and not enough time.
yeah, not enough butts.
Oh,
What
did
is
we
the
ever introduce Wild's friend? What was it? TDR
Tau.
7
Town
Town-
9585.
Yes.
Yes. Did we ever get him the human suit and then have him walk through Odenheim?
Well, we forgot that was a thing we were gonna do last session. So no, that never occurred. We were like, yeah, we have a human costume, and we forgot why we had a human costume.
We also went to Odenheim initially to do a bunch of stuff, and then I think we just kind of brought Wilhelm back and then came
Yeah.
home.
Those are all
Okay.
plans.
There will
Those
be
were
another
all
trip to Odenheim.
Yeah, those were all plans made before Wilhelm got murked.
Okay.
Yeah, before plans had changed.
Ye-
'Cause I
Before we
remember
realized that our
Nurse
day
was
was different. Oh, sorry, Rambo.
I was, yeah, I remember that Nurse was working on it. I wasn't sure how far done she was. So I was thinking, like, when we took Wilhelm's body back, we could have introduced, I will never remember that name.
Tao?
Tao in the Odenheim. I didn't
that's-
know if we could work on that to let him do that.
Hell no, hell no. As Tao's friend, he can't come to the city as we are just like, hey, BT dubs, gotta make a quick fucking res. No, Tao's first time in the city should be fun.
We did that to Pemberley.
Oh,
Pemberley understands and
That's
is in
fair.
fact an adult.
My
She's a
little
goblin, she's a
Modron
goblin,
buddy.
but she's an adult.
All right.
All right.
We should
I'm
do an
13.
actual tourist day in Odenheim at some point.
Cyrus,
Very
we have all the time to be tourists when the world is not going to end, which will be after, the rest of our lives.
Right. Until the next thing comes along. Ugh.
And then we go
Cyrus
after
pulls out his
Alabar's ass,
lemonade and drinks wearily.
or go after Asmodeus's ass.
I've heard of a theoretical concept of evil. What if we kick its ass?
Evil
All
has
right.
that.
One
Alright,
fight
let's
at a time,
focus.
Wild. We take care of Alabar, then we can take on the 9 circles of hell.
I don't. I'm still. I've been against this plan. I don't think we need to go to hell, guys. That's a lot. I don't think we're qualified for that.
I didn't say we needed to, Cyrus. I said we wanted to.
Oh,
Hell is
fun.
just for us.
Okay.
Yep.
Well,
Well, it's a construct of your own making.
it
Us,
would
the
be.
rest of us haven't had the same experience as you, Cyrus. We're doing
It'll
this for
be-
you, even though we don't know better.
It would be nice to get Traxler the Ninth out of that contract with Asmodeus so that the Warforged can actually be free.
Mhm.
It'll be our time down there.
Yeah, okay,
See,
I think
Wild
that's,
gets
that's
it.
a good
Goonies
one.
reference.
Mm-hmm. What is the out of character? What is the timeline left on Alabar?
What's the timeline?
Yeah.
Yeah, wasn't he due by like midwinter or midsummer?
It's gonna be like mid-December.
Yeah, so we got like 8 months left.
Do we see like a sparkly red star in the sky, like a Chrono Trigger?
Nothing so dramatic. No.
Oh,
Whoa. I just thought of something even creepier.
What?
I almost don't want to say it. Wouldn't it be more creepy if instead of a new star, it's just an eclipse of all the others?
oh, they just start disappearing
Mhm.
because they're behind a dark object.
I'm sorry, I didn't want to rob that of you, but goddamn it, it's too cool to keep in my own.
That's good. It's super eerie. There's just a hole in the sky. What is it?
Ugh.
So I think, given how big of a deal April 19th was for you guys, we're gonna go ahead and say long rest, and we're gonna come back the next day.
Oh, thank you.
I like it.
Thank
Mhm.
Bahamut.
We're just gonna move
Nice.
the clock forward to the next morning.
Yeah.
I think at some point, if somebody had business with you guys, and who is the person they would talk to?
Who's our leader?
Remember?
That wasn't what I said,
Zakar?
but
I feel like it's
I
Zakar.
guess Brando and
Maybe
Zakar.
Brando? Yeah.
I mean, I guess it doesn't have to be one person. Let's say this. Slept in, you all find yourself just kind of hanging out, doing whatever, in and around the plank, the next morning. When Wilhelm comes and joins you guys. You got, I assume that Zakar and Brando are here, but the rest of you could be here or could be somewhere else at your leisure.
If there is a party searching for the 5 pints, it is Zakar and Brando that have the single most like shared tenure
Sure.
to be
Yeah.
summoned by that general.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Also responsibility.
Mhm.
and similar responsibilities.
Yeah.
Some more than others, but whatever.
Hang on. I need something for a gag, but I'll be right back.
All right, while the DM's gone, I want to make a joke about Wilhelm. I picture a Wild just like introducing the 7 to fucking Wilhelm and just being like, "All right, listen, he's our guy in the chair."
Mhm.
It's just, what do you mean? what does that even mean? He doesn't even sit in a chair.
There
All
is no chair.
But he is
Okay.
kind of.
All right, I'm here. So, Wilhelm would come and join you guys at whatever table you're at in the plank.
Oh, okay.
And he'd be like, "Hey, friends, good morning."
Hello, good morning.
Oh, good morning.
Hey, Wilhelm.
So, I have good news, and then bad news, and then more good news.
Hey.
Okay. A sandwich. Sounds good.
One of them is not a sandwich.
Oh no, but I mean it's good news with bad news, and then on top of
Oh,
it is more
okay.
good
So
news.
it's a news
It's a
sandwich.
news sandwich.
I get it. I get
Yeah.
it. I'm picking up what you're putting down. So,
Hey,
Good
um,
news
Wilhelm.
Oreo.
How you holding up, buddy?
Yeah.
oh, I'm great. Yeah, clock's ticking, joints moving, all that shit. Yeah.
Brando was fixing his head on the way back since he didn't restore it all the way.
Mhm. Yeah. Uncle Wilhelm's looking good. Don't you worry. Don't you worry about him. All figured out. So, good news. I have found a person who is willing to sell us a scroll of plane shift.
Cool.
Ooh.
How much? And can we trust this person?
You can definitely trust him. The bad news is that'll be 10,000 gold pieces.
I
Okay.
don't think I even have that much.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
We have a lot of. We invested quite a bit into Skyfire, right?
We did. You know what? Let me look at my platinum because I think we have like at least 7,000 platinum. Brr, brr, brr. Going into Brando's thing. Backpack. No, only like 668 platinum. 53
Okay.
gold. So
668
not enough.
platinum. So 6,000 ish.
6,000 ish.
Okay.
So we do not have enough for now.
Is the buyer willing to wait a little bit while we do some odd jobs?
I mean, I guess so.
Or does this, is this person willing to do a favor?
Barter.
Or do it for a favor or something?
I mean, it would be a pretty big favor, but I can figure something out. What if Uncle Wilhelm forwards this payment in such a way that you could pay him back?
You have 10,000
No,
gold.
no, but somebody does. Somebody the Wilhelm
Oh.
knows has that much money.
Okay.
I can figure it out is the point. And then you guys need to not worry about it, and then you can just pay me back later, or we'll figure out something how you can pay me.
Brando's
I don't really use money all that much, so totally.
True, and Brando can invent things over time. I haven't been using that ability of the homebrew artificer.
Yeah, and I mean, you're talking about you got this whole idea about paying the grave callers back big time, which
mhm.
that could probably cover it at least.
I feel like we owe them one. You know what? If the money is forwarded and we bring back the grave callers, I'm not sure if we'd be even Stevens, but we'd get you on the right track.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll figure it out.
Okay, I am for this.
All right.
What's the other news?
Huh?
What's the other news?
Oh, the other good news. He reaches into his chest a little a big he opens his chest like a boiler basically and reaches in and he takes out a loot and goes, "Got a new loot."
Oh, hey now.
Hey.
Hey.
Visual gag
Hey,
complete.
Did Grook see that Wilhelm's back amongst us?
I mean, I don't think any of you have gone out of your way to notice Grook today.
All right.
But if you did, you would see that Grook's back at work. She's
Okay.
doing stuff.
She didn't react at all to Wilhelm coming back from the dead?
No.
Checking before we do all this, like
Suspicious
the grave
squint.
callers want to remain hidden, right?
I mean, yeah.
Okay, then we're doing this. Otherwise, we could spend the money to build a new airship, but then people might know about it. I'm not sure.
Cyrus.
Huh?
I don't know. Okay.
I don't understand what point you're trying to make, Todd.
Like, how much would it be to buy an airship?
Well,
The answer is off 1 metric fuck million.
Okay.
I mean, you tell
Seeing
me
as it would be handcrafted.
You tell me, since your family builds all of them.
Yes. It would be.
It's a lot of money.
I really don't know.
Yeah.
At least 100,000.
Yeah. Let me.
At least.
Let me look this up.
I mean, like, take a galleon, then
Mhm.
times it by 2,
Yeah, exactly.
then times
Oh,
it
yeah.
by 10.
Okay.
Let's see. Do we have costs for? Yeah. So cost of a warship is 25,000 gold. So
Okay.
assume that it's like twice that much, at least.
Okay, we're doing this method then. Okay. Keeping on the same track.
Mhm.
So yeah, dude, if you can deliver a fucking stealth ass airship, you will have paid Wilhelm and the Grave Callers back like 10 to 20 times over.
I am for this plan. Hell yeah.
Okay.
All right. Well, I have told the person with the scroll where to find us, and they should come deliver it in short order. And I'll deal with all the money. I'll tell them I'll deal with all the money stuff, and that'll be fine. And then you guys can do whatever you want with it. Oh yes, also this. He reaches into his hat and takes out a little slip of parchment. Looks like there's like a series of runes written on it. He was like, I was told this would be important for finding your dad. That is a sigil sequence. It's like I don't know. It's like an address. It's a thing that will help the spell figure out where you're going.
Like a location finder thing?
Kinda. I
I'm
meant.
not hearing any bad news, Wilhelm.
Oh, the bad news was the money.
Oh, the bad news was the money. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not bad news.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I guess not.
So it's good news again.
Hey, 3 pieces of
No,
good
it's-
news. You're
It's,
welcome.
I'm not going to call it good news, but there's one thing we don't struggle with.
Nothing but good news. That's the Wilhelm way. You're welcome.
On that subject, Wilhelm, should we start getting underway? Because you and I have a long trip.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Is there anything else that you need to finish up here before we start setting off?
No, I don't believe so. I'm good to go when you are. I think I'm gonna call ahead and make sure we have a crew since there's only gonna be the 3 of us, right?
Seems that
Mhm.
way.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'll make sure some palms are greased for us by the time we get there.
And I'm sure Durark will be acclimating as always.
Yeah. Wait, are we going to?
Wait, isn't that where the ship is?
DM's trying to remember if the ship's in Watchets or Dhaka, but I think that's too far back to remember.
Dhaka, it does not have a port.
True.
Plus,
That is true.
this is an excuse to
The
visit
coast
Dork.
of
Go to Dork.
orcs is Watchets.
Yeah.
So we go to Dhaka,
Mhm.
talk about a certain dead bitch ass, and then
Mhm.
move on to Watchets, sail to the South Pole.
Oh yeah. Drork will be real happy to hear about that.
And Cyrus and I will be exploring. And then I look over at Cyrus. Where again?
Oh, Hunter's Vale. We're gonna go visit the Kenku King.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And then if we're feeling adventurous, maybe Dorja. Just gonna stick her head in, wave at the drow, and just see how they're doing. Just be like,
Exactly.
hey, there's a world eater. You wanna like help us fight it? Maybe?
I think you gotta work on your pitch, sweetheart.
I'm very charismatic. I'm sure it'll be fine. I don't know why.
Maybe throw in something about the Raven Queen and Bahamut being, in on it.
I don't know
I
if
mean,
they'd be
like,
happy about that.
I'm-
They just lost, for what I understand, they lost their god.
Then we offer vengeance.
Oh yeah. Actually, no, that's a good point, Cyrus.
They'd probably be pretty upset at us being like, hey, but our gods are still around to help.
Well, okay, yeah,
Wait,
but
how do you?
but also explain, maybe tell them what happened to their god, because that would probably be, a sticking point.
True.
Then explain the part about how the Raven Queen and Lolth were on the same team in this, and it didn't work out for anyone. And
Maybe.
the Raven and Lolth is dead, and the Raven
Mhm.
Queen is dying.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we
Yes.
can offer them vengeance instead.
Yeah. But I don't remember who killed Lolth. I don't think it was Alabar.
But really, I thought he could have sworn.
I think they went somewhere for sanctuary. Did they go to Sigil?
I thought he ate that whole
Master help?
plane.
Dungeon Master help! I don't remember. Also, I don't think Pemberley knows this story.
What is
I am so fucking confused right now.
what?
Wait, a god? Wait, how do you
So,
kill a god? What the?
well,
We still don't even know, but apparently it's a thing. Lolth is dead.
With your
Lolth and
tummy.
the
I
Raven
don't
Queen.
even know who Lolth is.
She was the god of the Drow, Spider Queen.
Yeah, she was kind of evil and just had a thing for spiders, I guess.
She and the Raven Queen were fleeing, probably from Alabar, and they went.
Oh no, I
somewhere.
remember what it was. Okay,
That's
out
what
of
notebooks are for.
character. It's okay. Yeah, DM. 10 years too late for that shit. Thanks.
That was more pointed at Anne than anything because I know she has a
Okay.
notebook and it
I
has
have-
all
Okay,
this
yeah, that's-
I
information.
have two
That's true.
notebooks.
Yeah.
See you
No,
in 40 minutes when I find this information.
Mm-hmm.
but that's why I'm like, no, I remember what it was. This is out of character. It was the Shadowfell. They were fleeing from the Shadowfell because that's where the Raven Queen and Lolth live, and that's one of the
Right.
planes that Alabar has
Ate.
eaten.
Yes.
It was the Shadowfell and the Feywild that are just fuck off gone now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Raven Queen
I'm
told
not
us
gonna
all
lie.
this.
I thought he ate them too with him. Just
That's why
assumed.
we found Raven Queen in a sarcophagus where she was all chained up by whoever it was that they fled to. And Lolth had refused to be nice to whoever they fled to, and so they got smited, smoted. Mm-hmm.
Dead?
Smart.
Dead? Yeah. Unalived. They got unalived. I'm gonna check my notes now. Cyrus digging through a notebook in the background.
you definitely got the Cliff Notes version.
Do we even know did Raven Queen say where they fled to?
She did not say where they fled to or who it was that they were seeking asylum with. Simply that they were not well received because
Mhm.
Lolth lacks some amount of courtesy.
Mhm.
And she was obliterated as a result. And the Raven Queen was sent to the material plane and locked in a casket. And that was it. That's the story.
And that's part of the reason I wanted to go check in with the Drow because they've been kind of cut off from everybody else. And I'm not even sure if they know what's going on with Alabar. They're probably not going to be fans of us poking our heads in there, but I mean, they live on this world too. They deserve a chance to defend it.
They probably already know that their queen is dead. Or their
Or if
god
they think she's
dead.
abandoned them for some reason.
Why have you forsaken us, Spider Queen? And no answer.
Stuff.
I'm guessing somebody might have tried investigating why he won't answer. I'm guessing.
Well, let's see. How long has it been? Do we know?
Since what?
Since Raven Queen got locked up there?
I mean, we do because we know a vague estimate of when resurrection started being really hard all of a sudden.
Ah.
Yeah.
Isn't that
I
like
don't
a
I
year
don't know
ago?
what metric that was off the top of my head, but yeah, roughly around that time frame would have been it.
I'm guessing the Drow have a bone to pick. Going like, something's wrong. I think the Drow know that much at least.
They deserve to be included in this kind of world council that we're building.
Mm-hmm.
They're members of the world. We may not get along, but they live here too.
Plus, who knows what they know?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. They might have figured it out and don't care, or figured it out and who knows. Or not know it all.
So that's what me and Wild are gonna do. You got
Exactly.
this. Yes. We're sending our most diplomatic and smartest and good at speaking well.
Y'all need backup on
Brando
this?
just says
Or...
nothing. You can see ellipses slowly forming over his head.
I mean,
It's foolproof.
Buffering.
Pemberley, you were gonna go help the car, right?
Yeah, but I mean, how deadly is it gonna be? The situation's all relative to. I mean, I don't want you to either any of y'all to get unalived.
Well, I mean, we're brave adventurers. That is a risk wherever we go. I hear the Red Lady's pretty scary if she gets in a mood too.
I mean,
Not to scare
yeah,
you.
but
You're gonna,
yeah, but this is a proper diplomatic mission. Envoys, invitations, all of that shit.
Oh, sounds fancy.
Mm.
Also, through inaction, we would be responsible for many more deaths.
It's true.
That's true.
So yes, it's best that we do at least something that we think is beneficial.
Pemberley, if you want to go keep an eye on them just to have the added brain power, by all means.
It's true. We have no brain cells. We are team
Probably,
info.
I think probably that would probably be the best recourse.
Out of
Or if
character,
worse comes, if worse
go
comes
ahead.
to worse, I could create a distraction and
Like smoke bomb.
yeah, or
Major illusion.
yeah, just a whole bunch of fluorescent trees.
Ooh.
I still remember that session where it was like Brando and Cyrus and Wild. And I was so like out of energy and had to use so much brain power, but that was funny.
Look, I put all my
Then
points
Taylor as
into.
Morik was singling me out as like, okay, you're the guy I can talk to here.
I put all my points into strong and charming for some reason.
Paladin
I'm real
stuff.
bad at everything else.
That's paladin stuff.
Yeah. I don't know. Wild's very smart and wise. We probably got this. Right, Wild?
Wild is very surprisingly quite average, all things considered.
Wild can improve a conversation by making everybody laugh.
It's true.
And a good laughter brings people out of a bad mood and into good spirits.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's free healing.
Yes.
It is.
What the fuck?
Psychic healing. Would it be unbalanced if we have 3 people going to one place?
I don't understand what you mean by
Agreed.
unbalanced. We're very, very stable, Cyrus.
That's a matter of opinion.
I mean, we're going to be unbalanced in some regard no matter what we do, so.
Mhm.
I mean, I'm good to go. I'm happy. I would like to go to the Kenku and Drow land. I am determined to go there.
Mhm.
But
Oh, by the way, I do still have that, what is it, that How to Learn Draconic book.
Mm-hmm.
oh, that we found for Cinnamon.
Oh, dude, that's my whole goal for any downtime we have.
Just
Wild is going
learn-
to be
just
consulting
learning.
the book.
All right.
Learn Draconic, and then we can send messages to Cinnamon.
Rar really does mean I love you.
Yeah, interspersed with the words bacon.
Yeah, we should make. Do we have enough sending stones? I think Brando has one. For Wilhelm and I think Zakar. I
Oh,
could be wrong.
We should probably take inventory of that real quick.
Yep.
Pemberley. And I
What?
can sometimes. I believe we can cast sending, right?
Let's see if I have.
I mean, yeah, but
Or message.
hashtag spell slots.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, so I have a yellow sending stone, a red sending stone, and a blue sending stone. The red sending stone I know goes to Mazoga, who is yellow and blue.
I think Brando.
I know I have one of those two, or I was pretty sure I did. Let me look into my Google Docs. Google Sheets. Street Fighter 6 Gear World Tour. Right now. Rando Artificer 1. Okay, Brando's level 15, so I did update this one. Green Sending Stone, Mayor, Zekar has the other, so green is for you and me. Blue one is for Wilhelm.
Okay, blue is for Wilhelm.
Mm-hmm.
Did I derp and write yellow instead of green? Or does someone else have a yellow sending stone?
I thought we had a red one, and I forget who that was for.
Yeah, no, that goes to Mazoga.
Mhm.
Okay.
I see red, purple, blue.
Well, purple is the Raven Queen
Mhm.
stone.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
No one
I
else?
don't remember a yellow one.
Nope.
Huh,
No
okay.
marks for a yellow one. Not on my notes.
Okay. Okay.
It-
I'm gonna change that to green then, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And also, and then
Who's got the other end of the green one? Is that you, Brando?
Yo.
Okay.
Yep.
Got it.
okay.
Is this done in character or?
This is out of character. This is
Okay.
us taking inventory of our bullshit from Lord knows how even
Mhm.
far long ago.
But isn't that also just a little bit in character of you guys
It
being
is
like,
true.
hold on
No.
the fuck on?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's very
Actually,
true.
Hello?
Sitting around the table,
Who is
pulling out
this?
stuff from our
I mean-
pockets.
I mean, you guys did just have a conversation where it was like, wait, what happened to Loth? And you were like, shit.
Cyrus is still in the background, digging through his notes.
Yeah.
So how much is a sending stone again? I think they were expensive.
Yep.
I mean, yeah, they're a shit. Let's
I remember we could only
see.
afford the 3.
Yeah, sending stone is a.
Ooh, I got goblin notes in here. I didn't remember I took notes for that one.
What is this? What are these websites? Holy shit.
Story of my life.
Yeah. Help me, internet. I would say if you wanted to find another one, it would be like 400 gold.
Okay, I'll buy another one.
Okay.
Um,
Or another set, I should say.
Pemberley, did you have commentary on the sending stone situation?
Yeah, I was sort of thinking like, hey, if you have a purple sending stone and you're gonna like, and that goes to the Raven Queen, why don't you ask her like, hey, what happened with the Drow god and stuff? I don't know. Maybe
Ask for
get some
details.
information from her.
I think she told us as much as she could remember or was able to say.
Oof.
I
Does
am
that sound
trying
right?
to look in.
What was it?
Didn't she told us as much as she was able to say, right? I thought she was under some kind of yes or something,
Oh, that's nasty.
or
Uh,
was unable to tell us more detailed information, or maybe she just felt like being cryptic because gods.
I don't recall anything like that specifically.
We could just call her and be like, hey, or you could call her and be like, hey, Raven Queen, who specifically killed Lolth again?
Because I mean, I don't know whatever plane they went to. I mean, the denizens seem to be pretty effing nasty.
Zakar kind of gives you a look and just tosses the Ravenstone your way.
Okay.
Me or Pemberley?
To Cyrus.
Oh no.
I was like, oh boy.
It's bad either way.
I just took a
Are you
bite of
sure
the
you don't
cube.
want me to talk? I can talk to her.
Sure, Wild, go for it.
Cyrus,
Ooh.
no, this is Matt. This is a fucking horrible idea. No.
Oh. All right.
Like,
I will use the sending stone.
Yeah, no, you have Wild volunteering to talk and Zakar refusing to make your phone calls for you.
I think that's the fastest time I've seen like the heel turn of in character to out of character. Like you should do that. Really? No, not really. Are you listening to me?
Cyrus very awkwardly holds the stone up and is like, oh, great Raven Queen. I apologize, I don't know how to pray to you. But, who killed Lolth? Could you give us some details? We're gonna go visit the drow.
That's more than what
Thank
you.
you.
I mean, luckily it's not the sending spell.
Oh,
Yeah,
Yeah, the literally
I
just
just cut off mid.
Yeah, literally just a walkie-talkie. She replies after a moment. She's like, "You want to know about the one we sought asylum with?
Yes, please. If
What do you
would be
want to
willing to share
know?"
that. Any information that we could give to the drow, who I'm sure would like to know what happened to their god?
You expect they would believe you?
No, but someone should tell them what happened.
The entity I did not completely understand myself.
Were they a god? Were they a creature like Alabar?
Unclear. Not a god, not like Alabar necessarily. A figure that stands about as tall as I do now, walked on 8 steel legs, couldn't see their face, wore a mask that radiated blades in all directions.
Snap. A mask with Can I religion check that, or
We
would
were
that be
led
religion history?
we were led to believe they were the guardian of that plane. I would say you make a I think this is an arcana check.
Boy, intelligence, a thing that I am famously good at.
Oh, gee. Okay. Well, what did I just do?
Wow, you got a 22.
You use
I
smith
am trying
tools
to
for some
buy
reason.
and I am trying to get an item from a merchant, and I am
Yeah.
not
Oh.
sure how to transfer an item to my inventory.
I got 19.
What are you trying to transfer?
Hey.
Trying to get all the sending stones.
Oh, another sending stone. Can you make a copy of of one of the ones you've made already?
I don't think there's even
Mhm.
one in my foundry inventory.
Okay. Well, we'll fix it later.
Okay.
Just make a note. So, 19.
I read books sometimes.
So I would say nothing in any of your religious texts would have clued you into this. But someone whose face radiates blades in all directions, you've definitely seen something like that somewhere. You just can't remember where.
Face with radiating blades. Well, I can at least describe that. And, do you know the name of the realm that you fled to?
There's a long pause, and she was like, I think I did. And I don't think I do anymore.
Ah,
I believe it was their intention to protect themselves from us as much as possible. Sorry, I can't tell you more.
that is very helpful. Thank you for your time. I hope you're well. Goodbye. And I hang up.
Mhm.
I give the stone back to Zakar.
Mhm.
She seems nice.
That's a weird thing to say about somebody you've actually met.
Oh, that's right, I forgot. Yeah, never mind. She's rival god thing. It's fine.
Ah, dang it.
As
Zakar gestures for you to toss the stone back.
I chuck it.
Anyway.
Thank you for the suggestion, Pemberley.
Yeah, I don't really know about all these god things, and every single time you like tell me about shit that goes on, you kind of I kind of tend to get like I tend to 404. I don't even know what 404 means, but yeah.
It's old
So-
bullywug. It means like spacing out. Your brain blanks, turns the color blue for some reason.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
doesn't make any more sense to us either.
It's okay if it's overwhelming. It is kind of a lot.
We've just kind of stopped asking questions at this point.
Don't worry. I don't think gods are real.
Wild, we've had this
Wink.
discussion. I drink my lemonade.
Zakar goes upstairs. And
I'm gonna become an alcoholic by the end of this campaign.
that's how you know it's good, Anne.
Mhm.
I'm gonna go ahead and move. Go ahead.
Cyrus.
Oh, yes.
Notice the Grook's kind of acting a little. I mean, she was like on a rampage yesterday, and then, not a peep, just working a little brains out today. I don't know. Kinda weird.
She's strange. I've never seen her fight like that, but I know she's got like a fixation on Wilhelm. I guess I expected her to care more that we brought him back. Do you want to go check on her?
Yeah, I don't know. She seems kind of busy, but yeah, I'll probably check in on her later.
Okay, if that's what you want.
I know, strange meeting family after so fucking long. So, yeah, but
Is it nice though? To meet more?
I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I was always kind of the odd one out for just a whole lot of reasons. I mean, one of them being that I was kind of a sycophant for the Empress, but, and I kind of said some things that I probably wasn't able to take back, but I was 3 years old, so yeah. But, water under the bridge, right?
Maybe we should see if we could find some of the rest of your family. Maybe, I mean, I don't think it's ever too late to try to make amends.
Yeah, I think we should probably have one really awkward family reunion before the world ends.
Yeah. That reminds me, I still gotta go talk to my parents at some point before that. But maybe after the world tour. Well, I'll get there. I'll get there later.
No, yeah, because I mean, yeah, I think when you talk to them, it's gonna blow their minds.
Well, they were pretty mad when I came back with tattoos last time.
Oh, they're
They're a little bit
parents.
old-fashioned. They haven't seen me with the eyes like this yet. That's gonna take some more explaining. And they don't know about the whole world-ending thing. They don't know a lot of stuff. They make hats. They're simple people.
Hey, sometimes simple life is what works for them. So,
Well, let's worry about that later.
sounds
Do an awkward jig.
sounds like a plan. Awkward jig.
Yay!
For some
Congrats
reason, I
to
could
the
see
sad
that.
stuff.
I could see that all like animated in my head. I'm gonna move the clock forward a few hours. Later that afternoon, someone does show up in the camp, asking about Wilhelm. Is everybody? What's everybody doing today?
Brando is finishing up one of his items, or what he's been working on for the past few days.
Okay, you're finishing it up today.
Yep.
Cool. Alrighty.
Try to help build some tents or whatever for the refugees.
Sure.
Pemberley tries to catches or touches base with Grook, and then helps Cyrus with helping out with the refugees.
Alrighty.
Wild finishes burying Hammer. Now the second person in our graveyard. There we go.
Hey, Arzan. I got him march over to Dhaka, then Watchets, then sail to the South Pole, and then come back. How to give me all of the mead?
Like all of it, because I'm trying to run a business. How much is all of it, really?
I mean, how much can fit in my bag of holding?
See, that's kind of the problem.
I'm not hearing one.
We both don't know how much room is in the bag of holding, but I'm pretty sure it's more than I want to spare right now. Okay, fine. He grabs like 3 casks and puts them on the counter. He's like, good enough.
Yeah, okay. Zakar slams down like 3 platinum or something.
Jesus Christ. He's like, yeah, all right. As you guys are having that conversation, an individual approaches the bar as the two of you are talking. She looks like this. She just goes, "Hey, I'm looking for Wilhelm."
Shatterkai?
Yeah.
Cool. So who's in the bar at the time to show Wilhelm?
This is probably just Zakar and Arzan.
Zakar turns and is like, what the hell? It's one of my kind doing this far out.
I could ask you that.
I mean, yeah, touche. out of character, did like time has passed to like where would Wilhelm be right about now?
Oh,
Did he
he's
come
around.
around? Okay.
He probably comically like burst into the room at that moment, like playing an accordion or some shit.
Okay, so Wilhelm bursts into the
Yeah.
room. Car turns like, there he is.
She's like, surprised I didn't hear him earlier. She kind of
That makes
waves to get
almost.
his attention. Is like, "Oi, I got your scroll." And Wilhelm's like, "Oh, yeah, okay, good. This concerns everybody." And Wilhelm approaches the group of you, and he's like, "And you did get
Oh,
payment,
I
correct?
guess Brando is somehow there.
Is he?"
I mean, he's usually in his lab, but okay. But
No, it's
we'll
fine.
say that
No,
Brando's
it's fine.
there.
He's just talking. He's just talking to them. It's fine. Yeah, he's like, so you did get the payment, right? And she's like, yes. And I would like to be rid of this thing as soon as possible. He's like, well, then do so. And without another word, she reaches into a pouch and she lays a rolled up parchment on the counter. She's like, we good? Wilhelm's like, yeah, we good. Gives her 2 thumbs up. Award-winning smile. She's like, then I'm out. and she turns and she leaves the plank.
Chris, I'm going insight check.
Okay.
If I can fucking find that on my good ass yield sheet.
Ye
Okay,
oldie character sheet.
From eras bygone of
Mhm.
yon world of beasts.
Mm-hmm.
Hashtag it just works.
Nat
I
20.
crit.
Oh,
Yeah.
Damn.
You get that this girl's definitely into some nefarious business, and probably acquiring the scroll was one of them. So she's happy to have been paid and be rid of it, and now she's going on to whatever the next thing is as quickly as her feet can carry her. She didn't particularly feel one way or the other about any of the individuals present. She's just ready to put whatever the fuck this was behind her.
Okay, fair enough. Zakar reaches into his pocket and pulls out the green sending stone. I was like, hey, Brando, your bullshit's here.
Huh? Oh, just as I finish with this. Give me a minute. And then like you hear some maybe a boom downstairs.
The floor shakes a little.
And then it Brando eventually you can hear him climbing the ladder. Maybe a little bit of smoke is coming out. And Brando's covered with some soot. But yeah, he's all good. His invention is good or complete. And he's like, "Oh, did the thing come in?"
Wilhelm has already like unrolled it a little bit and been like, "Yeah, it looks like a spell scroll." He hands it to
Hey.
you. He's
Brando
like,
takes it. Oh,
he was just like, "I don't know nothing about spells, so you tell me."
okay. Brando tries looking at the spell scroll. You know what? Identify.
There
Sure.
you go.
Sure. Yeah. After you have completed casting the identify spell, yeah, this is a scroll of plane shift. It is the real deal.
Thank you, Wilhelm. I will. Brando's not sure what to say. Like
Mhm.
he's overstruck with emotion.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I guess I will be going on my adventure soon.
He's like, so that was very expensive, and it only works once.
Yes. I'm sure once I'm there, I'll find some way back.
Mhm.
But I'm not intending to come back until we get things working there.
Well, I've never known your dad to not have a plan. So, assuming that he is where he says he is, he should have a plan for returning. I'm sure.
I would think so. If he got there again, then he knows something that I don't.
Sure.
I don't think there's any way to duplicate this scroll, is there?
I mean, I don't know. I'm not a magic person. Ask a magic person.
Let's send for Pemberley.
Just get back here in time.
Is
that I
Pemberley a
promise,
wizard?
or else we're all dead.
Yeah, yeah. I'm not. It's like,
You could learn stuff. Amazing.
it's like, well, I mean, if there's enough, I guess if there's enough paper and ink and a good Arcana check, yes, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And if we fail, what would happen?
It would burn up.
It would
It
burn
would-
it?
It would, yeah, it'd be useless.
Well, I thought is my understanding wrong then? I thought you literally just had to like copy the magic formula into a spell book.
Technically speaking, it is the components from the spell book that get exhausted, isn't it? Like
not the
not
spell
the
scroll
not the
itself?
spell scroll itself, just the whatever gold amount that you have to spend to learn it. That is what is considered burnt.
Oh, okay. Oh, awesome.
Wait, DM,
I was
DM?
gonna say, the DM
confirm with me on that.
I'm actually looking it up right now. So it's
Okay.
So here's the according to a Reddit post, because this has all the information in one place. You can transcribe in your spellbook using your own notation. For each level of the spell, the process takes 2 hours and costs 50 gold. This is a level 7 spell, BT dubs. The
14 hours.
yeah, and 50 gold times 7 is 450 gold. Am I doing math right?
I think
No, 350.
350. Thank you. The cost represents material components you expend as you experiment with the spell to master it, as well as the fine inks needed to record it. Once you've spent the time and the money, you can prepare the spell just like your other spells. But also, in the Dungeon Master's Guide, it says a wizard spell on a scroll can be copied just as spells in books can be copied. This is when making it. Okay, I think this is talking about like when making another scroll.
Okay.
Presumably, because it says it can be copied just as spells in spellbooks can. So I think that's referring to something else.
Yeah, nowhere in there does it say the spell scroll is used upon copying.
That is correct. It seems as
I didn't think so.
Yeah, it seems as if the only way in which there is a risk in the process is if you're trying to make a scroll from another scroll. There is a possibility that you will burn both in the process and be left with nothing.
Ooh.
Oh, there we go.
But copying the scroll to the book is less risk?
There's no risk. It's just time and money.
Then in that case, Pemberley, would you be up for copying this to your book?
I was gonna say, yeah, let's do that and not spend 10,000 gold again.
Yep.
Or whatever stupid bullshit.
Sure.
I will pay the money, which is like what, 450?
350 and
No, 350.
Oh, 350.
350 and God, what was the time? 14 hours.
Feel free to take your time on that.
Righto, will do.
Taking 350 from my balance.
Thanks. Holy shit, y'all have a fuck ton of money.
Yeah. Yeah, they hand over to you, Pemberley, a spell scroll for a level 7 spell. And are just like, here, learn this.
We invested early.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, probably it costs so much money because this is specifically a Skyfire thing, so we're using the money that we made from the labs. Like it's a Skyfire solution, I should say.
Wilhelm would say like, yeah, and again, like, don't talk to Aurelian about this stuff because, like, I mean, he would understand if you know
Mhm.
company funds were used for this kind of project, but again, he doesn't know that we're actually doing any of this stuff. I'm not even supposed to know where your dad is, so when he finds out that I do know where your dad is, he's gonna be real mad about it. And then when he finds out that I told somebody, he's gonna be really super mad. And then when he finds out that that person is you, he's gonna be like super fucking pissed. Like, I've never seen Aurelian mad, but I think he can blow up people with that tuning fork.
I believe it. Brando
Sounds
is
like
like,
Aurelian is just kind of getting in the way at the moment.
I mean, he's not objectively. I'm asking you nicely to not get me blown up. That's all. That's all I'm saying. That's all Wilhelm's asking.
We just spent a diamond to get you back.
And I am grateful for being alive.
Yes,
Can I
so no,
can I stay?
yes, you can.
He does that thing where like he just taps his fingers together sheepishly, like, can I stay? Please, pretty please.
Brando pats his shoulder and is like, Aurelian would not hear of this until you get your airship.
Cool.
Um,
I
it
think
is
he'll
better
be.
to. Oh,
I think
is-
he'll be much more amenable to that. Like after we're like, By the way, we did bad stuff. Also, here's an airship. Yay! Can't get mad.
You have to, yeah,
easier
you have to
ask
couch
for
it.
forgiveness than for permission.
Yes. See, he points at you, Brando. He's like, you get it. On second thought, I'll probably have that butler of his like turn me into a pretzel.
Do you want me to eventually create a dummy of you, Wilhelm, to receive the punishment?
I mean, if you think he'll fall for it, I don't.
I don't know. I would need to hire a nurse again to make another disguise.
A flawless disguise.
Wilhelm,
I
go ahead.
I want to be there when we do that scene of introducing Tao to Odenheim in the disguise as a human that was used or based off of Cyrus.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because he's going to be like a weird frog Watto that's flesh toned.
Exactly.
Oh no. Why is he based off of me?
Please
We
let
took
me know when
cues.
this happens. I want to be there, even if I'm not there.
Everybody hates Pink Watto.
Uh, I thought it at
It's
least
like
had
hairless
green skin.
Chewbacca. It's so cursed.
I thought it had green skin. There's lots of bullywugs around here still.
No,
Also,
we're
Anyway.
Pink-
making him a human.
Pink Watto's my dad.
Anyway.
Matthew, I love you. Let's go pod racing. He always said that.
No, you're playing the Dungeons and Dragons again. Ah.
Nah.
Anyway, I think at that Wilhelm's like, all right, scroll delivered. She's gonna learn a spell. They're gonna go to the place. He turns to Yuzakara and he's like, I don't think we're needed here anymore.
Might not be.
So
Zakar starts to go around to all the party members and just do like final check.
I think Brando has the blue and the green, so I can speak with Zakar and Wilhelm, who will be together. But that works. And then we bought that new sending stone, which shall we make orange and give it to Pemberley?
Who does that go to?
Orange sending stone from Brando to Pemberley, if needed.
So Brando's got one and Pemberley's got one?
Yes.
Brando's
Or-
just becoming Grand Central Station at this point.
He's
I
our
have
search
was-
sending.
Maybe
I
in the
can
future
be.
I'll make a device to use all the sending stones. Some sort of like operator.
Right.
What about how
switchboard.
about Wild?
Yep.
Well, we're
Say what?
dividing it up into parties and
Mm.
not people.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the real question is, well, actually, it would make more sense for us to swap sending stones, like give the green sending stone set to like
Cyrus and Pember. Wait, no.
give the green one to Cyrus.
Okay.
Because there's no point in Zakar and Wilhelm having a sending stone each that you also have, Brando.
True.
Who does Green
So
Sending Stone
yeah,
go
green
to?
goes to Cyrus and Pemberley because
Okay.
Team Green and Wild.
So Pemberley's got one and I've got one?
Or right now it'd be easier for me to have the green one with you guys since you're both.
Okay. Got it.
Okay, so write
I'm
it down,
feeling-
everyone.
Slightly.
Okay.
So
feel slightly
who's
racist,
getting
but
what?
That's all right.
Which stone is moving where?
So green,
Cyrus has the Green Sending Stone.
yes, and the Zakar has the other one.
Yeah.
The
So we're
car thing, right?
creating. So we're creating a green, like we're calling it the green sending stone set. Link is Cyrus
Mm-hmm.
/ Zakar, and then the blue sending stone is going to be Wilhelm / Brando.
Mm-hmm.
Any questions?
Makes sense to me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Green.
If we wanted to be then like perfectly efficient, we would then like create another third set of sending stones, although technically it's like our fifth.
Yeah, you guys have enough.
Yeah, we do. That way it would be like Wild to Brando just to create like a triangular communication like setup.
Mhm.
But that would be a layer.
Multiple redundancies.
I was gonna say-
Multiple redundancies.
I was gonna say, yeah, but that was also multiple redundancies. If you're a crazy person like me, out of character, you would totally do that.
All right.
Yeah.
But I'm not hearing a vote in that direction. So
Yep.
Oh, I mean, I'd do it.
Yeah.
okay,
I'm happy to carry sending stones for everybody. I'll
Okay,
even write them down.
no, okay. Then orange sending stone, Wild Brando.
Nice.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Or Pemberley if she wants to talk, but I don't get the impression she wants to.
Well, I mean, I can. Yeah, I have sending, so I can.
I guess that's also true.
I can talk with whoever I want, whenever I want.
Uh-huh.
I just don't because you're all boring.
Yeah. Me and my people will be in touch. Bye.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So, is it just Zakar and Wilhelm traveling together?
That's my understanding.
Okay. Good deal. You guys heading out right away?
Oh, well, that's what I was saying is the car's going to go around to the 5 pints and do final check before actually setting out.
Mhm.
Just like, okay, I'm leaving. I'm not going to see you for like 4 months.
What, really?
That'd be 4 months.
Probably.
Oh, I guess that is a lot of traveling.
It'll be a while. We got to walk a bunch and. Actually, that's a good
And get
point.
a-
Do we have horses or something? That would help.
Oh, yeah, of course we
Oh,
have means
Aren't
of
you taking a
travel.
boat?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Why walk? I'm hanging out with nobles.
See, now you're getting it.
Yeah. So used to moving in shadows, like trying to keep a low profile. Sucks.
Be safe on your journey. Check in lots. Don't die.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you better not. You better fuck not.
It's the idea.
Hey, no promises. We all know how that goes.
If you do die, please find a way for your body to be conveniently shipped to a place where we can resurrect it.
Sure, I'll just do that while
I was
dead.
gonna say,
Thanks.
yeah, I was gonna say, it's like, all right, you hear that, Wilhelm?
Yeah.
It's like,
He's getting on a horse. He's like, "Yeah, I'll get right on that." Gives you a look
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
"What the fuck, Cyrus?"
Look, I got a list of friends who have died. Everyone in this room except Pemberley is on it.
You hear that,
Serious
Pim?
business.
You're next.
No, that's not what I meant.
He kind of lifts his hat and starts riding away.
Oh, what a joker. What a kidster.
I'm sorry, it's not what I meant, Pemberley.
No,
Just-
no,
I-
Scar climbs on his horse next, and then looks at Pemberley. Like, don't worry, the Raven Queen's nice.
yeah, I agree. Cyrus doesn't lie. Who doesn't? So yeah. But just you take care of yourself, you big lug.
I'll do my
I've
best.
only known you for 2 fucking weeks, so you know. Don't know
That's
a
the
lot of-
adventuring
don't know-
life. You take your friends where you can.
Your life is not going to be boring. I can
Cyrus?
promise you this.
No spilling secrets. Brando, timeline. Wild, good job.
Brand
Yeah.
salute.
Wild
Other
smash.
And he wheels his horse and takes off after Wilhelm.
Alrighty.
I look down at Cyrus and I just go, I will grip things mightily.
I feel like we only just reunited and now we're splitting up again and it's kind of bittersweet. But yeah, no, we're gonna do this. It'll be fine, and then we're gonna have a big party and not part ways again. Right?
The nice things about reunions are the parties.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The after
Yep.
party was a bit rough this time. Next one will be better.
Did you know that adventurers have parties? I love parties.
I love parties. It's great.
Ah, shit.
Well, shall we also start on our way? The sooner we go, the sooner we come home.
As soon as Pemberley is done copying that, then yeah.
Right. No rush.
That's true. She does have homework.
Mm-hmm.
I can go ahead and
Oh, man.
run the clock forward
I'm also
again.
taking the money out.
At this point, Pemberley, it's 4:30 in the afternoon, and you need 14 hours of work to do this.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we can wait a day.
Brando's paying the money for the sending stone. Now that we have it added,
We can wait
I did
several
not
days.
want to
if we need
spend the money and not have it.
She works into the night.
Okay. So let me see. 14. That'd be.
What is it? Do we all have? Yeah. Can Wild go ahead and spend like I don't know, what is it, like 3 or 4 gold for a cart?
Yeah, we can do that. Let me.
Beautiful.
I can summon Valiant to pull the cart.
Can he do that? Is he allowed to do that?
He can be a big horse. I don't know why not.
Sure. It is 15 gold for a cart.
Nice. All right, I will take that out of my monies.
Where is summon steed?
Wait, do you need horses and stuff too?
Find steed.
You know what? I'm gonna assume
That's
you
what-
guys have horses. Let's not.
I was gonna say, I was just like, I'm not gonna lie,
we
we haven't really
absolutely
addressed whether
have.
or not we. But I assume.
Oh no, we
There's-
absolutely do. How did we get here? Did we walk this whole way? Fuck no.
Yeah,
Literally.
Yeah,
Like,
you guys probably just came back from combat and they're like, "Here's your horses."
Oh, actually, Chris.
Yeah.
A bit of housekeeping.
Yes.
Because I don't remember from 6 months ago
Mhm.
who we sent ahead to Black Ram and who we didn't.
I'm assuming nobody went ahead, but I was gonna bring up like after this session a couple of housekeeping items, but we can do that now if you want.
Well, either way, because I mean, Baron Zakar has
Uh-huh.
people that he is responsible for that he should probably go and
Sure.
collect and inform of the plan,
Mhm.
in addition to however many refugees wanted further down the road.
Yeah, I get. Here's a question, and I'll extend this to everybody. Pretty much every NPC in your retinue, and military unit for that matter, is in Bifrost currently. I think the only exceptions are Mazoga and Lon Tanglefoot. I think literally everybody else is here in Bifrost. Which means if you need them for something, to do a task, to travel with you, or you need them to just go somewhere, just say so.
So we can hire maybe, I forget, some of the 7? Like Wild's friends or no?
I mean, you don't have to hire anybody necessarily. They're already on your payroll, is my point.
Yeah. They're pseudo on the team /
Yeah.
already live here.
I
So
mean, the 7, they're just kind of hanging out right now because they're, they just got done with one contract in between jobs, so to speak.
I mean, I'm up for having a few of them join Brando if needed.
to another plane.
To another plane, if they're up for that.
I think
if
less
I would
people.
send anyone, it would be Beans, and it would be oh, what? Damn it! I'm forgetting his name. Pelt.
Okay.
There we go.
Oh, but I'm also realizing the folly in that because like Brando wants to do stuff that's not going to be kosher and they just came from something like that. So I could see them being against that idea.
Yeah, maybe don't take the actual Warforged with
Yeah.
you.
No Warforged then.
Here's a
That
question.
combo is called Sneaky Beans.
Do you want do you want to take Tau 9585 with you
Yes,
to his home plane?
because Tao would know where everything is and Brando doesn't have an idea.
Yeah. A guide would be nice.
Is Tao safe to go back? I thought he's being a rogue Modron.
I think
Technically speaking, he is an outcast like I am, but
Maybe with
you know.
his disguise.
I think Tau would be like, it's a risk, but also as long as I'm not deliberately, like, directly affecting any of the Primus's, greater machinations, they shouldn't pay me any mind.
Does Tao need to breathe?
Asking the real questions.
yeah, asking the real Modron questions. Do Modron need air?
Do Modron breathe?
Huh.
Though?
Because if in danger, then Brando could just stuff him in his bag of holding.
They are constructs, but there's nothing saying that they can breathe underwater or anything like that. I think they're just living things made out of clockwork, basically.
Primus is really weird like that, man. I don't know why the fuck he made it so I have to breathe, but isn't it weird?
Uh, okay, so the bag of holding trick will not work if he's in danger.
Well, what is it? I think the bag of holding trick actually does hold like X minutes of air.
I thought it held no air.
Look, it'll be fine. If
Like
you
10
know,
minutes of air.
if it's a liability for me to do anything there, I just won't do anything. But at least I'll be around, and I can be like, "Hey, go there, do that, don't do that. That'll stab you." That person said they hate you.
Okay,
I look
I
very
just-
pointedly at Brando, and I just go, Brando, I owe Tao a very big debt, so please do your best to keep him safe.
That's exactly. Like, I'm asking a big favor of him, and I will try to keep him safe.
Okay, you're responsible.
Would Revivify work on Tao?
Yeah, he's a person. He can be revived. Yes.
Also, and you wrote down that Cyrus has 1 diamond?
Yes, it is on my
Okay.
character sheet. Confirmed.
Okay, good. Then, yeah, Brando has
One
like
300
2
gold
things
piece
of
diamond.
Revivify. Huh?
1 300 gold piece diamond, to be specific.
Good. And then I think we bought like 2 500 gold piece diamonds for here for when we get a priest who can resurrect.
Did we?
I thought I spent the money to do that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Brando spent easily $1,000 on additional diamonds.
Yep.
Nice.
Yep. Went nuts with it.
Yes, so much money was spent.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Anybody else that would want to join in Mechanus? I don't think so.
I mean, I'd love to, but I'm predisposed.
Yes, that is a-okay. Okay, it's going to be Brando and Tal's wild, incredible adventure
Mm-hmm.
in Mechanus.
All right. Sounds like fun. Be nice to see home again.
Yeah. You can tell all sorts of people what adventures you'd been on.
Oh no,
If,
I'm not gonna talk to them if I don't have to.
Okay. Shoot, now I wish we made a Mechanus disguise for me instead of a human disguise for you.
Yeah, I wouldn't worry about it. If we get in their hair, they'll kill us, and if we stay out of their hair, they won't even know what they were there at all. So let's try for that. Let's do that.
Brando thinks of one more thing.
Mhm.
What if I just have a bag around me, poke 2 eyes in, and then you just lead me around with a rope? They don't see it, Hobbit. They don't question it so much.
Well, they will be curious why there's an animate bag walking around. That would be a. I mean, it's gonna be. Don't worry about it. It's gonna be fine.
Okay. Then our lives will be in each other's hands.
When you say it like that, I've never been more scared. We're gonna roll the clock forward. I think if my math is correct, Pemberley would complete the copying the spell somewhere around 4:30 in the morning,
Okay.
just as the sun is coming up.
4:30 in the morning.
She's downing a whole bunch of coffee right now.
Oh yeah, It's just-
Brando, make sure to brew her some cups.
yeah. It's just you alone in the plank, just down in cups. But yeah, you do manage to wrap it up in the middle of the night. And yeah, and you know the plane shift spell. It's in your spell book. Presumably the scroll is returned to Brando at some point.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, Pemberley. I owe you one.
Nah, I owe you one, buddy. So,
I'll roll the clock forward until everybody wakes up.
Morning. The
Hmm.
last I'll see of it for a while.
You know the song.
Yep. Rooster cries.
What's it called?
Oh. No, I just said a rooster cries.
Oh yeah. There's
just means-
definitely a rooster.
Chanticleer starts singing.
Yeah. Okay. So next morning rolls around. Apparently, you probably pass out eventually. Gonna be a late morning for you, but
Yep.
but it does not. It wouldn't necessarily prevent you from traveling, even if you were asleep, because they have a cart. So.
Yep.
Mhm.
Cart. Wild. Do you want to start the morning off with some brisk cart push-ups? Cart lifts? A cart lifting contest? Because that was a thing that we used to do.
Did we
No.
lose? Did we lose Matt?
I'll just shut up then. It's fine. Sarah slowly puts the cart down.
Yep.
Also, Brando thinks
yeah.
for a minute and is like, maybe Pemberley should have the other sending stone since she has the spell.
What spell?
Well, same difference.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
just
'cause-
like, if Wild and Pemberley somehow get separated.
Well, she
You
has.
also get
She has
sending.
the
I'd be-
means. Yeah,
yeah.
she has the
I
means to
also
do it
get
without.
sending.
Okay.
Yeah, it's more of an issue of you all contacting us.
Yeah.
Okay. Then
Though
we're
I,
good.
I gotta prepare sending ahead of time, but yeah.
Brando makes sure to oil Towel up. Make sure he's all good and geary.
Mm-hmm.
And Brando went packing his food and stuff. And yeah, when the rest are ready to leave, Brando and gets Tao and all right, ready.
Okay.
Are ready
I guess-
to do this. Okay,
Yeah,
do
let's hit
this.
it. Yeah, Tao's got a little pack. It's not very big. Modrons don't want for much. Yeah.
His little bindle stick.
Yep. Yeah, something very much along those lines. So Brando, casting the spell for you is a matter of like Wilhelm said, it helps to have a with now that you've taken the time to like study the scroll a little bit and get an idea of what you're doing. There's a thing called a sigil sequence. It's basically an IP address for a teleportation circle that already exists. That is to say, somewhere there's a teleportation circle, presumably on Mechonis, that Ralos was like, here's where you can find me, and wrote the address down. So,
Okay.
So you make this circle on the ground, and you write all these sigils in a circle around you. You start casting the spell. Go ahead.
Thankfully, I've hosted servers in real life, so yes, it's all about IP address.
Don't worry,
So
I know.
Brando knows how to do this.
Don't worry, I know how to host a Minecraft server. Puts goggles on. Anyway, you start casting the spell. The whole sigil sequence, the whole magic circle under you starts to glow, and you watch as the entire world around you just like stretches as if it was like pulled vertically in both directions, and then just like this incomprehensible, image just falls rapidly away. Until it's just like it's you and Tao and the magic circle just in place while reality is just like zipping past you. This goes on for not very long, just a moment, and until it starts to slow down and return into shape. And when it does, you're somewhere completely different. Still standing on the magic circle, which just stops glowing, leaving a little scar of itself on the ground. And we'll come back to you.
I'd take a picture of it.
Yeah,
Nope.
and we will come back to you later to talk about what happens on the other side.
Ooh.
Meanwhile, all y'all in the plank watch that happen. And, like, you watch big glowies and then Tao and Brando are just out.
Brando out.
Brando out?
Oh,
He says that
hopefully.
as he disappears.
Hopefully that
Wild.
that worked.
Wild just says, "Bless him, bless him."
Godspeed.
Right.
Mhm.
I just turn over to Cyrus and just go, "I really hope he doesn't go with the whole slave plan."
Man, I'm so worried about that.
Yeah, it's kind of fucked up.
We mentioned
Well-
we all talked to him about it, right? He'll remember. He's
Let's just hope that he's thought of a better way to harness. It's fine. It's fine. I have faith in Brando. I have faith in Brando.
his dad and uncle are there. Surely they'll. Actually, no, they're Skyfires too. They probably also would think it was a good idea. Tao will be a voice of consciousness.
Yeah, exactly.
Tao will be his Jiminy Cricket. Anyways, I think I heard Pemberley awake. Should we get a mosey in?
Yeah.
Oh yes.
You could also continue to nap in the cart.
Already on it. And
Oh,
Yeah. She just
Oh,
crawls
little-
into the
little
cart.
goblin hand.
Yeah.
Okay, heck
All right. All
All
right.
Oh,
Wild.
good. You found the blanket nest.
Wild, who's driving? You want to drive?
Oh,
Do I drive?
I would like to drive. I have proficiency in land vehicles.
That is very good, because I do not. Carry on.
All right.
10 and 2.
Just holding the
On the
reins,
reins.
but holding them like at arm's length, just comfortably. Yeah. Fade out. You guys start traveling. So, a question, Wild. What's kind of your mood, following everything that has happened, in the past couple days?
Solemn but resolute.
Okay.
Like, Wild is currently, going through the business of bemoaning the circumstances of life, but also taking solace in the fact that, at the very least, he can do something different.
Mm-hmm. All right.
And yeah, that's kind of how he's rolling.
Okay. It does get, there's definitely that point in any long journey where it's just like sometimes hours on end where it's just you and the road and nobody says anything because nobody's got anything to say. And it gets a little maddening just being up in your own thoughts for a while, particularly after having dealt with something like that. And it's probably like not very long. I'm going to say like 2 days into your journey. When you are, you're basically, you guys have stopped and made camp for the night, and you're getting ready to just like not go to sleep because that's not what Warforged do. But
Yeah, I'm gonna keep watch over
Darcy.
everybody.
Yeah, just sitting there and like I don't know where is Wild physically when he's just watching over the camp throughout the night.
Well, whenever Wild is pretty sure everyone is safe, like Cyrus and Pem are both like in their in their covers, and Wild is just like watching.
Mhm.
Like he probably actually takes it a little easy and maybe stargazes a bit.
Mhm.
Aw.
And I think there is a moment, in while you're just stuck with your own thoughts for a little while, when a familiar voice comes to you.
Something on your mind, warrior?
I grip my gloves and I just say, "No, I think I'll be all right." But yeah, I was thinking about choices.
I don't think I've seen such a confident killer carry so much regret?
I mean, you're right. I am good at it.
For what it's worth, I think you're wrong about Colonel Graves.
What do you think?
I think you're upset because you know that in his position, you would want a second chance.
Wild looks down at the ground, and he opens his hands up and he closes them again. Maybe.
An observation. You jumped at the opportunity to resurrect your friend Wilhelm, but not a soul present ever considered starting the conversation of extending the courtesy to Graves. Because you all know in your hearts he was irredeemable. It's not something I had thought of before traveling with you. But even the most duty-bound soldiers carry their own ambitions. But he was not built as such. He was a fine rival for you, but he was no warrior. He was a weapon, discarded by Daka when they no longer needed him, and pulled out of the dark by the Empress. Mourn not for his spirit, for he had none but the one that wielded him.
Will do, Murdoch. Will do. Wild kind of lifts his head up, and I think there's some tension that eases out of him. He makes sure to feed the fire and keep stuff warm.
And if it makes you feel better, defeating him was likely the greatest kindness you could have given.
Wild looks up at the stars, and he just says, I hope so.
And Murtaugh leaves you alone for the rest of the night.
Watch, I assume, goes quietly.
Yeah, watch goes by just fine.
All right, I wake Pem and Cyrus up with bacon and eggs in the morning.
Oh,
Yeah, this is an ongoing, this is the ritual.
well, it is so cool that you can cook, even though I don't think you can eat.
Yeah, how does that work?
It actually turns out that you could just do it visually. I just wait until the bacon is brown, and then the eggs stop being runny. That's why I always give you guys scrambled.
Oh, you're very good at it.
No, I know scrambling eggs is one of my favorite parts of the business.
Can I? Are you open to suggestions though?
Yeah. What?
Could you? So back home, my mom would always sprinkle some flies into the eggs to make them nice and crispy, or like some ants. If I could catch some, would you put some in it next time?
Oh, easy peasy lemon squeezy.
It adds like a nice little pop, like a satisfying mouthfeel.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
Hey, wait a minute. I think I have something for this.
I can't wait.
Oh man, if my phone will load. Hey DM, look at my sheet real quick.
Oh god.
Do I have proficiency in survival?
In Foundry? Let's see.
Yeah.
And,
Foundry should be my absolute up to date.
you have proficiency in survival, +6.
Can I look around if there's any flies or ants or crickets?
Yeah, sure.
Sweet.
Oh, crickets. That's a good idea.
Mhm.
They're chewy.
Yeah, they.
Oh, do you need me to roll dice for you?
Yeah. Here. Oh, wait. Here, I think I could do it.
Let's see.
I flip it this way, and then I do this. Survival. Boom.
Hey, you did a
Nice.
survival check, everybody. It takes you a bit. Hunting flies was not, in even in your purview this morning, but you manage. Yeah, and you make a weird omelet.
A delicious omelet.
Mhm.
Oh, wow, this is amazing. Just like Mom used to make. Thank you.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Is that
Yeah,
the
they-
first survival check we've had in 5e?
I
I'm curious.
doubt it. I doubt
Uh,
it.
I feel like we did some survival checks in the swamps. On the way to
We've surely
Fairwood.
done a survival check at some point. Somebody.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry about that. I think I dropped there for a second.
Oh,
It's okay.
you're fine. Yeah, you're fine. You got your flies. You made a weird omelet. Cyrus and Pemberley
delicious.
seem very amped about it.
An extravagant omelet. A
Mhm.
very good omelet.
Pam,
Wow.
you also want ants?
Yeah, they're into it. You're getting
Omelets.
nothing but positive feedback on this. This seems like a winning strategy going forward.
Uh-huh.
Man, I'm gonna write this down. I gotta tell Beans.
See, it's
Mhm.
not just a frog thing. Goblins get it too.
yeah. I mean, I never had anything like this extravagant before, like with eggs
Oh, it's
and
like
things like
gourmet.
that. I would just like pick it up from the ground and eat it raw.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I mean,
Yeah.
there's some niceness to that also.
Beans
bit
gave
more.
me these, and Wild just shows 2 little shakers, one white, one black.
Uh-huh.
He says, these make them taste extra good.
Whatever you're doing, it's working.
Yeah.
Thanks, buddy.
Everyone knows that frogs and goblins love free bacon. Anyway, the travel continues. The road to Hunter's Vale, it goes on for like 2 weeks. And if I could, 1 second. There we go. All right. I have to relearn how this fucking calendar works every time I open it. I barely use it. As time goes on, you are welcomed by the cold north. Not the first time most of you have been to Hunter's Vale or this far north for that matter, and you always tell yourself every time you do it that it's probably not as cold as you remember. But it is.
Uh,
And if it's not too cold today, just wait till tomorrow. Anyway, the actual voyage, pretty uneventful. Eventually, it's just a lot of snow. And it's kind of miserable, but you don't run into a hell of a lot of interesting traffic or anything like that. You don't get waylaid by anything weird or untoward. And when you do eventually reach Hunter's Vale, it's in the evening, with lanterns along the road, leading all the way into the gates. At this hour, the palace is probably not going to be receiving any visitors. But you have arrived.
should we find an inn?
Yeah. Wait, Cyrus, have you been here before? I've never been here before.
Oh, I forgot. I'm the only one who's been here. Shit. Oh,
Is that true?
this is. I think that might be true.
Out
Last
of
time we
that
had-
crew, yeah, out of those 3.
Was
Yeah.
Oh,
was Wild
Wild.
not here when you guys fought
Nope.
Cloudbearer again?
Wait.
He was.
Yes.
You're right, you're right.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes.
we didn't.
I was
really
here
stay
like
very long.
once for like 1 day.
Yeah.
I was a very short period, and I felt like we kind of like really went to one place and then like did a thing.
We
I don't feel like
yeah,
we soaked in the culture.
we should do a day of, shopping for souvenirs and stuff and seeing the sights. I remember
Ooh,
there's like a hot springs or something around here, and there's like a candy store. I think there was a candy store in this
Saraswat.
town. I'm trying to remember. So we could get some candy, and then we'll go to the hot springs and eat the candy while we're in the hot springs. It's probably not a terrible idea.
Pim, candy in Hot Springs?
I am not opposed.
Yeah.
Eh, 3 candy in Hot Springs.
It's like 9
Excellent.
p.m.
Well,
Pemberley
okay.
is like a little just buried under a mountain of blankets in the middle of the
Yeah.
chart.
Just a shambling mound of cloaks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're that
I
scene from
stopped my
Christmas
I stopped my
Story.
cart at the. Oh, go ahead.
You're that scene from Christmas Story. Like, your arms don't move anymore.
Yeah.
I can't put my arms down.
Exactly.
I am slowly turning into a frogsicle, but this is fine. Uh,
I
We should-
continue to drive the cart throughout throughout the place, and then
Mhm.
just stop at a candy store.
if it's still open at 9 p.m.
Yeah, you're not finding a lot of places still open at this hour. It is dark and chilly in these streets.
I do remember there being an inn. We should find an inn. Also, Gon's probably not here.
The-
Man.
These people got a really weird look of just a really tall, dark, red-eyed, just furry man,
Mhm.
deadly staring at their door unblinkingly.
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah. No one's opening. Weird. I'll come back later.
Okay, I'll see you in the morning. Anyway, you do find an inn. You find an inn. It's called the Balmy Reprieve.
Ah,
And true to its name, stepping into this room forces a sigh of relief out of you. There's a warm fire in here, which slowly begins to push the ice that is, collected on your armor.
thank
I need
God.
a towel to dry off.
Yeah, you do. There's a couple of people hanging around, but it seems like a pretty quiet night here at the tavern level. There is a innkeep behind the bar. He is a warforged.
Oh.
He is they're warforged are genuinely kind of hard to tell apart by their nature, just because you all kind of came from the same chassis design, and if anybody looks different, it's because they have changed it at some point. This guy has not opted to do that. He's still wearing his default, build. He's wearing what I would call the standard innkeeper uniform, which is like a brown shirt and a white apron.
Nice.
Yeah.
Just like they made you factory original. I know some guys who are really in the aftermarket scene.
Are you saying this to him?
Oh, fuck. I think I am now at this
Yeah.
point.
Yeah, you're just at the counter saying this already. And he was like,
Oh, yeah. We also want to like rent a room or whatever, but
he's like, "Oh, I can do that, certainly." He informs you that it's 1 gold for the night for the room, that for the 3 of you. And he takes a moment to be like, "Out of towners?"
all right. I happily pay that, so none of you take that money out.
Sure.
How could you tell? We say, huddling in blankets.
Don't get a ton of amphibians up this far.
It's
He
pretty cool.
he regards you for a moment, Wild. He's like, "Keep your joints oiled, brother. Moisture's a problem up here."
I know I'm soaking. Thanks for the tip.
Anyway, yeah. Gold pieces are exchanged. He gives you a key. He says that it'll be the end of the hall on the left.
I almost walk away, and then I turn back and I go, "Oh, hey, by the way, what's the deal here vis-a-vis Candy?"
He can give you he can give you directions to the nearest place that has confections.
Yes, give us the tourist,
Mhm.
the
Yeah.
tourist brochure, the travel guides.
Sure. Yeah, he knows plenty of places.
Okay. I guess to bed then.
To the room.
Yeah.
You guys head upstairs. You find the room without any trouble. The room that he has given you is a little bit chilly because the window has been left open. But as you open the door the rest of the way, you find out that's actually the least of your concerns, as there is a changeling already in the room. They look as if they were in the middle of getting settled in the room, and now they're seeing you in the doorway, and they look mortified.
Oh, sorry.
I'm sorry.
Probably wrong
Wrong
room.
room.
Sorry, find us.
Wrong room.
Close the door.
Insight check.
It's
Chris,
all
can you
three of
really
us
believe it
crying
though?
in the
All three of
doorway.
us.
Everybody like, whoops.
I like that we were all in the doorway and we all
Yeah.
bumped into each other trying
Yeah.
to close the door.
Yeah.
Not only that, it's not him, it's us.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay.
Add that to the counter.
Yeah, Pemberley probably doesn't pick up on this, but it's worth mentioning. This changeling is still clothed. But they're just kind of like sitting in bed, milling through their pack. You know, maybe their shoes are off. They're just they were getting themselves situated, and their expression betrays that they don't belong in this room, and they know it.
Do we recognize this changeling by any chance?
You don't.
Okay. Hey, listen, do you need a place to stay tonight? We don't mean harm. I'm not propositioning. I don't know. Wild help.
No, he's definitely propositioning.
What? No.
No, it's exactly what it sounds like. This frog is horny as shit. Like, you don't even know.
Yep. Hang on, I'm Googling if frogs can blush.
Google's
Wild
like
just puts
Google's like, ah, fuck, another furry.
Wild just puts his hands up and just goes, yeah. Maybe it's not the wrong room. Here, let's close this door real quick and make sure that no one else sees.
Okay, we're coming into the room then. But like, arms out in a like, hey, we mean no harm. We're not attacking or anything.
Sure.
Non-threatening pose.
Okay, so you guys are gonna let yourselves in the room, in a non-threatening fashion. Cyrus, go ahead and make a persuasion check. Okay.
3.
Still not. Yeah,
12.
three on the die. The changeling doesn't look convinced that they are safe or anything. Their expression has gone between being like genuinely fearing for their life to being very confused and then fearing for their life again as the door is closed.
No, that's fair.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
But they're not moving. They're just kind of standing there like, what's about to happen?
Do you have the wrong key or something? Or maybe.
I don't think that they paid Pemberley. But that's okay, not judging.
Yeah, no judgment. No judgment.
It just says, keep your voices down. Listen,
Yeah.
we paid.
Yeah.
Wild just goes, anyway. And then he digs in his pocket and he pulls out a gold and he just flicks it onto the bed and he's just like, just in case anyone asks, you have money.
The changeling kind of looks at the gold piece and like recoil, like when you flick it at them, they kind of recoil a little bit, like they expect it to be a trap or something, and they're not going for it right away. But they're like, hey, look, not looking for any trouble, just
Neither are we.
That's
So
fine.
it's all good.
Aren't you cold?
Are you okay?
I'm not. He crosses his arms and is like, I'm not answering any questions. You're not getting anything out of me. Clearly,
That's okay.
clearly this changeling is like on the back foot and struggling in this moment. He's like, I'm not telling you nothing. I'm not telling you, what I'm doing here or why or what my name is.
Well, okay,
As he says that, another changeling sticks their head through the window and is like, "Hey, Owen, are you? Oh, we've been found out. See ya, Owen." And they shut the window.
Owen.
And
Oh.
the changeling looks really upset at that exchange. Like, no,
Okay, well,
you
I'm
need
gonna
help?
go buy dinner. I'll include you and a friend.
Yeah, I mean, you said you weren't going
oh,
to say your name.
I'm gonna buy 5. I'm gonna buy 5. I'll be back. I'll
Okay,
be
room
back.
service. That's a great idea.
I'll be back.
the changeling kind of looks out the window and is like, yeah, they're not coming back. Yeah,
Well, I
they're
mean,
gone.
you said, oh, well, I mean, you said you weren't going to tell your name. Who was your friend's name?
Oh, well, as my compatriot was so nice to rat me out, I'm Owen. That was Pike. And they can eat a dick.
You
I'm gonna say, as Wild, as you are walking downstairs to order some dinner.
Warrior,
Well,
listen closely. These changelings, don't lose track of them.
okay. Is it because they're sneaky?
I can explain later, just make sure you don't lose sight of them.
Will do. Wild goes ahead and orders food,
Yeah.
and then when he comes back, he'll go ahead and give everybody plates, and he'll just pull out the seasoning, the 2 little seasoning things, and put them closest to our changeling friend Owen.
it's spices. They're good. They're not poison. I promise.
Yeah,
They make the food good.
probably put them on her food. Probably a little too much, but
Yep.
Yeah.
but like
Oh.
in take a bite.
Also, we didn't introduce ourselves. My name is Cyrus Brightblade, Paladin of Bahamut. This is Pemberley, Dreadstench, and Wild.
Hey.
Wild, do you have
Yeah, all right.
a surname?
I'm Owen.
Or a title?
This is Owen.
Owen. Oh, Owen's
OEN.
cool looking. Can I offer you a coin of friendship?
It takes a bit, but between like offerings of gold coins, other nebulous types of coins, food, seasonings for food, it takes a bit, but Owen eventually realizes y'all are not probably gonna drag him out to the street, and they loosen up a little bit.
So do you go to these? I mean, do you frequent this hotel often?
Oh, when business is slow, if you catch my drift.
Not catching it.
Warren usually forgets to lock the windows, and we can usually find an empty room if we need one.
I see.
Are you from around here then?
Not as such. Pike and I were kind of on the road all the time, making ends meet wherever we can.
Fair enough. Fair enough. The adventuring life is quite adventureful.
Oh, I
It's
don't
true.
I don't think we're as adventurous as you guys by the look of you.
What brought you up all the way up here?
I don't know, just where we are this week. Cold. Not a fan of that.
Yeah.
Pike seems to like it.
Is Pike gonna be okay out there?
Oh, yeah, Pike's a strong one. Pike usually makes all the decisions, so I'm not worried that they're not gonna be. They got other places they can hide out.
Wild cracks the window a little bit. Wild makes sure the window isn't locked.
I
Oh
feel
yeah,
like we're trying to lure in.
yeah, Pike did not lock the window. They just pulled it shut. In case one of you decided to come after him, that would be an extra step.
Hmm. Fair. I just want to be comfortable and not
Mhm.
not bottle anybody in.
I mean, Pike's welcome. Pike's welcome to share a room too. I mean, it's a party.
Yep. Although
Oh
it
yeah,
is
you know
cold
what?
with
I
the
open the window
open.
and I say, "Gee, what a spacious room."
And all this food that we can't possibly eat by
Oh, a
ourselves.
fifth dinner.
Bonus!
Convenient.
What a shame it will go to waste.
All right, I think we've laid the hook.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
Pike,
too
That
Pike,
late.
will,
sounds sinister.
Pike will definitely not fall for that, but I appreciate the effort.
Is there a fireplace or anything in this room? I assume with the window open it is cold.
Yeah, it's pretty cold in here. Not. I wouldn't say there's room for 3. Yeah, there's got to be something in here that generates heat. So yeah.
I can use thaumaturgy to make the candle just a little bit brighter and
Mhm.
warmer.
Yeah.
It's not much.
Yeah, you guys won't freeze to death. You'll be comfortable in here.
Wild goes and gets like 3 bedpans and just fills them with coal from the fire, and then just gets like 3 more blankets.
Nice.
Hey,
Oh yeah,
Ooh.
this room's getting real cozy.
So like
This is how you do it.
yeah. Well, if you're okay with, us hanging out here, we're new in town and we need to go adventuring and stuff and talk to the king and maybe go sightseeing. You want to go sightseeing with us?
No, I mean with all due respect, I appreciate the manner in which we're speaking, which only makes me a little bit nervous. But
It's okay.
I
We have that effect.
I think when we conclude here, I'm gonna go find my friend Pike, and I'm gonna get real mad at them. That's what I'm gonna do. That's my morning.
Oh, and do you need help? Are you on the run from anything?
I well, I will.
I
I'm
hear the
not.
voice of my
I'm not.
comrade laughing in my ear.
I'm not gonna name names, but we're on the run from quite a few things. But I mean, we're safe here. There's nothing here in the Vale that's got us in our sights yet, as far as I know.
Oh,
Her sights?
Ask this changeling about their last trip to watch it.
Hey, it's crazy. What happened when you were in Watch It?
huh?
What?
Do you want? Yeah, exactly. None of you know what the gauntlets were saying. Do you want to attempt a persuasion check, Wild? Just because it'll be funny.
Hey, hey, bud. I gotta check my features real quick,
Okay.
just to be sure. I don't think I have any extra bonuses to intimidation. Yeah, all right. Besides being proficient in it, I'll go persuasion because we're
Okay.
trying to be cool.
Okay.
Because we're trying to be cool.
Sure.
Yeah. However, would you
What'd I
like
get?
some guidance?
You got a 10.
Hey, middle of the road.
Yeah. Extremely average roll.
Yep.
Owen is like, watch it? Orcish lands, right? I've
Yeah.
never been.
Oh, we've been there. It's pretty cool, I guess. As well, okay. We had the complicated time there, to be honest. Wild, where you at? Why were you asking about watchets?
They're lying. You can inform this wealth that Murtok, first chieftain of the Ugruk, was neighbor to that grave they crawled out of.
Wild locks the window. And then
Locks the window.
What? Huh? Wait, I thought. Okay.
I mean,
Now
Patrick's
you
not
can
gonna-
make an intimidation check.
all right, yeah.
Well,
Dig it. Here, I pushed it. Yeah, hold on. Get there for you.
oh, no.
shit.
Oh. All right, but really
Door
though,
and you're just,
but
like,
really
stumbling with
though, but really though, like you didn't do anything. I have it on
That
pretty good
went wild.
authority that I think you did.
the-
You have it on
You
good. You have it on good authority.
He's real
Can I-
handy, if you know what I mean.
Could we insight check him when he says he hit them when they say they hadn't been to watch it?
You can inside check, yeah.
Okay. Come on, Cyrus. Don't suck.
Wild uses quote fingers when he says handy.
Oof. Pemberley,
I'm not very
Yeah,
insightful.
can you do
Can
better
Pemberley
than
help?
you can do better than a 9?
I'll see. 15.
Okay.
Hey.
Yeah. Pemberley, you get the feeling that yeah, this person might not be. Yeah, this person is like, you get the feeling that like if you were to ask them like, hey, what'd you get up to in Odenheim, they would be like, oh, we knocked over this, we did this nefarious thing for a bunch of gold and it was wild. When watches was mentioned, they clammed up real fast.
Oh, well, maybe. I don't know. Maybe I think your memory might be just a little momentarily rusty. Maybe. Yeah, maybe think a little harder.
Look, I don't know what this is, but
I have no fucking clue either. But somehow this is very important to my friend here. So, yeah, I think it's probably a good idea to get answering. I mean this in a completely friendly, non-threatening way, of course. I promise you that. No, absolutely non-threatening, but yeah, please tell us.
the Owen kind of sighs in in a kind of a surrendering kind of fashion. It was like, look, you guys got me dead to rights, but I'm not a snitch, okay? It's besides, I didn't handle the business in Watchits. That was all Pike.
Business.
Owen
What kind of
m-
industry are you
O-
in?
Owen makes the universal symbol for I'm gonna tell you a thing that I shouldn't tell you about. And goes, okay. Pike asked me how much coin it would take to convince me to be buried alive for a whole day. I thought that was in jest, but Pike had actually found us a gig that involved that. The coin was more than we had ever made picking pockets and peddling around, and I was largely in the dark about what we were doing or why. Owen says with not too proud of an expression, he says, we changed to look like a couple of the locals. They cast a spell on us, made us seem dead. I woke up after they had already put us in the ground. I spent several hours asking myself what the hell I was doing with my life, and eventually exhausted myself with worry that I passed out. Middle of the night, Pike uses some magic item they'd been given to get out of the ground, dug me up, and we left town. We were told never to return. We had to travel for months to collect our pay for the gig. It was somewhere way, way away. And real stupid in hindsight. Always get paid in advance. I wasn't around for the pickup. That was Pike again, but I'll be damned if they didn't pay in full. No problem. Lived off that coin for a good stretch. Lost the last of it in the dice game. Let that be a lesson for you. Never drink and hustle.
Oh, that's fair. Who died in Watchets?
Would you be willing to show us what you disguised yourself as? Who?
I really don't like to do it. We're not supposed to. It's a really good way to get a Justicar on you. That's a death sentence.
Could you describe them?
Gosh, this was like a year ago.
If it makes it any easier, how much was your last payday? As I pull out my money bag.
Make a persuasion check.
Can I give him guidance?
Yeah.
Guidance.
Oh, that's performance. Hold on. There we go. Persuasion. They're both charisma and both -1.
Add a D4.
Hell yeah, bud.
Hashtag Shadowheart. 15's pretty good. He the Owen sees the gold and is like, okay, I was some lady, human lady, really weird, given the locale. Pike was some kind of somebody orcish, some bigwig. Again, Pike handled it. I don't know what the deal was with any of it.
Important work. And this was about a year ago?
Something like that. Year, 2 years. Time kind of gets weird.
Wild fully gives him, Wild fully gives them 100 gold pieces.
Mm-hmm.
They take it with some reverence. And they just kind of look at it for a second. They're like, what is this all to you?
We'd like to help people.
No, I mean, like, why do you need to know all this stuff?
Fuck if I know.
We know some people from Watch It. There's been strange stuff around there in general. Just curious if we'd know who that was about.
If you're pretending to be who I think you might be pretending to be, it'd be very interesting to know. Do you remember what you look like? Could you?
Not terribly. Again, human woman. I want to say dark hair, maybe brown.
Okay.
Hard to recall.
Okay.
Could it be our friend DeRourke? Wait, I don't know about the gauntlets. Never mind. Shut up. Nothing.
Come on, Cyrus. You know who was killed a year ago.
I do, but I don't know that the gauntlets are talking to you, so I don't know if I'd put that together.
What?
Well, all right. Our friend DeRourke-
Wild definitely mentions. He just says, "No, I."
Hold on.
Oh, go.
Okay. Anne,
Uh-huh.
in character, it is entirely reasonable for you to put together that, oh, right, there's still the mystery of DeRourke's parents.
Yeah.
And DeRourke is a half-orc.
Yeah, no, I get it. And is pretty suspicious of that.
It
I
was
don't know if
definitely
Cyrus is that smart.
It was definitely mentioned when the gauntlets were turned over to you guys.
Yeah, we know that the gauntlets were leading us. We're supposed to give us information about him. I just don't know that Wild is currently talking to the gauntlets.
No, but you don't need to know that where this conversation is going.
Is relevant, yeah. All right.
Especially since Cyrus, historically, has been one of the most interested parties in the mystery of DeRourke's missing parents.
It is true.
Wild just looks down.
That's my rant of.
Thank
Cyrus, you do in fact know this.
Thank you. I was afraid of metagaming. I do it.
Wild just
I
looks
would
down
do
at his hands and just goes, "Thanks. I'm glad that you admitted that. I'm not gonna lie. I talked to my gloves. They told me you were a liar."
You're close.
That is crazy.
Oh, the gauntlets. So maybe.
Yeah, the gauntlets of Murdoch.
Yo,
Wasn't he buried next to Dorork's parents?
Jarourke's parents are missing. He was trying to find them. I thought the gauntlets were trying to help him find them. Do you think they could have been Jarourke's parents? That they were disguised as?
Oh my god, this opens up a can of worms. Hold on a minute.
But if they're still alive, we gotta tell Jarourke.
Owen's like, kindly bring me up to speed.
Our friend Jarourke, he's the current leader of Watchits, right? Or DACA?
That's correct.
Watchits.
Watch it.
Yeah,
he's-
you're right.
I think he's the son of the people that you were impersonating. He's been trying to find them.
We impersonated the parents of the chieftain of Watchits.
Yes.
Shut the fuck up.
Why would they?
Fake their
Why would
deaths.
whoever asked? Yeah.
I seem to
weird.
remember that some of the orc clans did not like something about their union. Maybe because, human orc thing. Wasn't it like his aunt or something? Who did we fight against? It's been 10 years.
Wild
Hey,
pulls
hey,
out
hey,
Wild
the-
pulls out his sending stone and just goes, "Hey everybody, can I get everybody on the line here?"
Okay, thank you, Matt. I was literally just about to say, for fuck's sake.
Hey guys, I have this like crazy question to ask, and like
Alright.
feel free to call me dumb or whatever, but like
Is Wild holding 2 sending stones up to his face? Like, hey, a group meeting.
No,
Yeah,
no,
oh,
There's
totally.
a third, like right up to his face.
Yeah.
Mhm.
George.
Mm-hmm. Whenever the others talk, I put the rocks closer together. Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, Wild, what did you find?
Yep.
What's happening?
All right, so you guys are never gonna believe this. So I met this changeling, right? His name's Owen, which is like cool. What were I doing again?
Jarourke's parents. Jarourke's
Oh,
parents.
you're right. Okay, so I got told by my gloves, who are haunted by Murdoch, that he's seen this guy climb out of a grave. Excuse me, them climb out of a grave, and I think they were an orc and a human, and I explained the whole thing.
Wait. Okay. So you just randomly met a changeling who your gloves and gauntlets recognized from the grave of Dorork's parents, and the changeling admitted to you that he violated the changeling law and was impersonating the corpses of Dorork's parents. Do I have that right, Wild?
Owen is like,
I
I am regretting.
look over at Owen with such an apologetic face.
I am feeling real bad about saying anything.
Wait a minute, changelings have a law?
About not.
I'm also feeling bad about this.
We can give you more money.
Let me go.
You
know what?
Wild? Is
Yeah,
that what you
yeah.
are telling me?
No, that would be crazy. But hypothetically, here's an extra 200 gold.
Just like puts phone down. Here's an extra 200. Just you.
No. I do fully mean that. I have marked out 200 extra gold.
Yeah.
Please take the 200 extra gold.
At this point,
Also-
Owen's just like hold out pack, put coin purse right into pack.
Rando's also shaking his head, going like, "This is why I hold the majority of the money. It's being spent."
Okay. Going along with this, that would mean that someone somewhere faked the death of Durork's parents. And that means someone somewhere paid this changeling to do that. Which means money changed hands with somebody somewhere.
They said that
Can you ask this changeling where or who that might have been? More like where, because obviously they're not going to know who it was. No one's that stupid.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, I mean,
Oh,
we will
think it's
try
quite-
and ask the appropriate party.
I am sitting right here.
Technically speaking, we gotta, you know. And then
actually part of this conversation.
oh shit! Right. Owen, say hi.
This is our friend's car.
Hi.
He's well, he's not nice, but he's fine.
Brando's
Okay.
full
I'll
shaking
cast
his head.
minor illusion to show a visage of Zakar.
Oh, I'll make a little glowy hologram.
Wow,
Alright.
how'd you make him put his face in his palm like that?
It's cool.
Okay. Okay, Owen. I'm going to ignore a lot of obvious questions and skepticism. But assuming that you know the gravitas of what you are alleging,
I'm not sure
You-
that I do, but I'm willing to hear more.
well, this matter is obviously of a personal interest to us. And seeing as how we are just putting cards on the table, like we have nothing better to do, we are personally acquainted with Chieftain Durork of Watchets. And so, if you are not already being compensated for your assistance in solving this mystery, I can assure you that you will be very well endowed as the barony of Black Ram is intent on assisting
Oh boy,
in this matter.
there's a barony involved. Okay.
So, who, what, when, where, if you please?
As I explained to your friend here, I don't know, because I wasn't there for any of that. But under the circumstances, I am thinking that I can find my compatriot that does know and inform them that I have just been forwarded 300 gold, at which point they would probably be amenable to showing you to the person that paid us for the job. And then we are both going to disappear and never see you again.
That seems fair.
If you are in fact so kindly helpful, that will be absolutely acceptable, and we can help ship you on your way just about anywhere on the globe at this point. And most certainly not report this to any of your Justicars.
If that is true, then I am extremely amenable to this idea.
Fantastic. I'll leave you in the capable hands of my dear acquaintances, which you've already met.
Cool.
All right,
Nice-
everybody, say goodbye.
Nice
Very
meeting
capable. Thank you, Zakar. Bye,
I'll,
Brando. Safe
no,
journeys.
good
Yeah,
job,
yeah.
guys. I'll see if you can find anything before we get to watch it, because I would love nothing more than to walk in with good news for Durork.
You got it. And then I quietly whisper, "I love you."
you. So, there's a call that needs to be made here, because the trip to Hunter's Vale probably lengthier than the trip to Watchets. So I'm thinking that at this point in
Hold
Go
up.
ahead. Go ahead.
My trip is 2 parts. I'm going to Dhaka first.
Okay.
Or to check in with your boss.
And to drop off all your new what is it? What are they called? Your new serfs?
Refugees?
Refugees?
In that black room?
The refugees. I mean, there's a lot to do. We have to go to Dhaka and report on a headless graves. There's the matter of getting the refugees settled, which I could probably leave to Mazoga, and the Bashers. So I don't necessarily have to attend that, but it is a time frame of I'm technically making 2 trips. It's just that like I'm going out of the way to Dhaka first and then watch it, which might kind of even it out a little bit. That's all.
Yeah. That's really hard to say. I'll tell you what. We'll do a straight luck check, Zakar.
Okay.
Roll high on a flat d20 roll, and we'll say that you receive this news before leaving Watchets.
Okay.
Good vibes.
Okay.
14.
This news comes in probably a day or two before your arrival in Watchets.
Hey, okay.
Do
Nice.
what
Pretty
you will
good.
with that.
Well, I figure that I have a lot of role playing to do with you and
Sure.
only you at this time.
Sure.
So I figure we'll get to that when we get to it.
Okay. So I think, let me think. This has this has changed my trajectory a little bit. Let us leave that scene where it is.
Nice. Nice.
And we will shift over to Zakar and Wilhelm, who are yeah, let's take a moment to talk some logistical stuff. Like does Zakar have any feelings about his people and what they should be doing during this time?
The answer is yes. Assuming you mean once they are largely returned to stop it. Stop existing. Once they're actually returned to Blackram, since I'm not exactly going to be fucking invading the South Pole.
So you're sending all your troops back to? You're just telling them to march back to Blackram?
The actual military units, yes.
Okay.
Because if I remember the map correctly, I'd like we'll go north to Dhaka, and then like we'll get halfway there, and then we'll split off, and the Zakar and Wilhelm Zakar, Wilhelm, and personal retinue will continue on to Watchets.
Okay. Is personal retinue a bunch of no names, or is there anybody in particular you got in
No,
mind?
it's specifically the people that do have names.
Okay. Like all of them?
Pretty much, because I brought like every NPC that's not Mazoga and Long Tanglefoot with Amy, because again, marching to war. But we can send the refugees with the Bashers and
a suggestion. Because even without getting into like establishing ranks and file for your military and whatnot, it would help if they had somebody in charge just being like, we're going this way. And I think by the books that would be Mazak. So if you want to maybe not bring him along and he can handle the troops for you, I think that would be appropriate.
Yeah, I was considering that. Yeah, if there was one person that I was not going to bring along, it would have been Mazak for that reason.
Yeah.
So.
Just to make sure all that shit stays in line in transit. Otherwise, telling a bunch of soldiers to just go to a place is
Yeah, but that
There is
should
some
that
risk.
should still leave me with Wilhelm, Arcade, Rogan, and Morig, if I'm not forgetting anyone.
Yeah, I mean, I would have to I would have to check a lot of notes to verify that, but
Well,
we'll
no,
assume yeah, sure, fine. Yeah, I think Davin is also in the, I mean, he didn't get left behind either. Unless is
Oh yeah,
Davin
no,
is Davin a
you're right.
black? Nope, Davin is a Black Ram. He's your
Yeah, no,
spy master.
Yeah.
Davin is Black Ram, and yeah, no, that's who I was forgetting. It is
Mhm.
Davin.
Got it. Okay, good. Yeah, all of them will
Uh,
be coming with you and Wilhelm on this journey.
Yep.
Okay. Good. Established. Um,
And then excuse me, it's not the Bashers, it's the Raiders and the Vervidas that I had with me.
yeah, the
but
Bashers
the
were the
Raiders
unit that was left behind.
Yeah, so it was the Bashers, the Raiders, and the Vervidas can take the refugees and rally with
Mhm.
Mazoga. Again, she can talk to me via
Yeah.
Sending Stone if she wants, and just be like, okay, start actually building the province of Blackram into good shit.
Sure. Yeah.
Since
and I
we
think
talked about Harvard and
as per the agreement that had been floated, the some refugees split off upon reaching Black Ram. I feel like given that Bifrost was just assaulted by a a 6 foot tall steel nightmare and a very big dragon, that might tip the scales in how enthusiastic people are about staying in Bifrost, since that happened on their second night there.
Sure.
But a handful of them do stay behind in Bifrost, and the vast majority of them stick close to the troops all the way to Black Ram.
Okay, that is fine.
Okay. Well, what happens when you reach Daka?
Okay, if we're doing it now. Upon reaching Dhaka, dismiss the troops to set up their respective encampments. Grab, grab Arcade and Morig.
Okay.
And make our way to the palace and inform the front guard that the Baron of Blackram is here unannounced, seeking an audience with either King Trogslodog the Eighth or General Barrock.
Okay. Nobody in particular. I
What do
guess
you mean?
I guess the question is, what does this concern?
The matter of like, okay, cool. Why are you here?
Yeah, exactly. It's like, well, before we get one or other of those people, like, what is this about?
National security.
Okay. I think they're gonna go get Barrock first. Let's start with Barrock.
You
Yeah.
can, and I call after them and say, you can tell them it's good news.
Okay. Yeah. Without too much fuss, and after verifying that you are not, in fact, a common rabble, you are you're led into the palace. A quick meeting is made. It takes you all of 30 minutes from arriving at the palace to get in a room with Barrock.
I have no doubt.
Yeah. But yeah, let me we got art. We should use art.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, Barrock's art is fucking dope. So,
Yeah.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome, Baron. This is a large surprise.
Well, thank you for seeing me on short notice, General.
Of course, you're always welcome here.
I'll get straight to the point. And Zakar reaches into his bag of holding and pulls out the crushed and beaten head of Graves and sets it on the table.
He looks at it and he goes, "What? Oh, is that who I think it is?"
Yes, General.
He kind of like almost curiously like picks up one end of it as if he's expecting there to be like something hidden under it or something.
just like, yeah, somehow it's
Yeah.
still going to be alive.
Yeah. And then just lets it fall back on his desk and is like, "Well, that's a big red check mark off my files. Dare I ask
Yes.
how it happened?"
As I'm sure you are aware, Colonel Graves was in the employ of Empress Brakan Talon's spell. Apparently, he was given some kind of failsafe orders to eliminate. Well, it was the start with eliminating the 5 pints. I don't know if he ever would have stopped after us, but he arrived at one of our preferred haunts in Dwarvish lands, announced himself most spectacularly, and, well, this is just how it happened.
He came for you in your own home, and you took him out on your terms. It's no small feat.
Having faced him before several times.
It's another
Well,
trophy for your wall.
if you'll allow it.
He lifts the thing. He lifts this whole mass of steel and holds it back out to you in a not too ceremonious fashion.
Okay. I take it, stuff it back in the bag of holding.
He's like, "You earned that. I'll make sure the word gets out. There's a lot of people that will be relieved."
Well, that's why I made the point to come and make it known. It's
I
a relief
appreciate
for
that.
us. It's a relief for us too.
Well, if that's all for business,
Not quite.
Go on.
It should be known that I'm going to be indisposed in the time moving forward. As I have business of the World Eater to attend to on the South Pole. The Red Lady has seen fit to grant me an audience on the subject. So forgive me if I miss the next council.
Your calendar is a colorful array of eventful things. Well,
When you're
in the past month, you have successfully delivered the heads of 2 of the greatest enemies of the state. I think I can afford you. I think I can allow this. You'll get no argument from me.
I appreciate that, General.
Mm.
If there are any link. Go ahead. Okay. Okay. Then back in character. Don't suppose there are any lingering bounties on these 2 top enemies of the state, are there, General?
Nothing that you should concern yourself with.
Unfortunate. Very well.
I do believe the king has business with you at some point, but it is the kind of business that can wait until you are home and safe and comfortable.
I don't even think I'll be going to back to Black Ram at this rate. Once I'm concluded here, I'll make for Watchets. and sail south. So
That's perfectly fine. You do what you have to do, and I'll make sure the king knows. And when you come back, there will be a grand event.
if it requires that much planning, then
Oh, don't
yeah,
stress.
okay.
Don't stress about it.
All right.
He
I'll make my departure in the morning. If the king has any need of me between now and then.
he's like one last thing, and he reaches into a drawer of his desk and produces a like a large bottle of something murky and 2 empty glasses. And he pours, just enough for a toast.
Ah,
And he raises a glass and he goes, "To victories past and future."
Zakar takes the glass and toasts with him. To victories all.
Mm-hmm. And you guys knock it back. It's this concoction that he has served you is it's
Top
old.
shelf. Is it top shelf orc fuck?
That's exactly what it is. It's top shelf by orcish standards. It's old and it's bitter and it's spicy.
That's my brand.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Anyway, I think that concludes that scene.
Okay.
So,
Beautiful.
yeah, and I think again, on the way to watch it, you receive this this conversation with everybody.
Right.
What happens as a result, if anything?
Okay, what happens as a result? Well, we make the parting. So strip it down to again, personal retinue.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So we make for Watchits. We enter the city. Sakar turns to his people and is like, "Okay, Morrig, Wilhelm, go check on the ship. I need to give some news to the chieftain."
Wilhelm gives you an enthusiastic 2 thumbs up. Morag does not, and they both depart.
Perfect.
Yeah.
And then make for the big building
Yeah.
on the hill.
And at this point, you know exactly where Derort can be found in the the chieftain's longhouse. And it's no time at all before you manage to get an audience with him, and and he's all smiles and energy as he always is. Aha! The Baron himself. Derort welcomes you to his home.
Chieftain!
Ah!
Hugs.
Yeah, manly bro hugs.
Exactly. All right. Zakar turns to oh gosh, I don't remember Tulperman's name.
Yeah, you're talking about shit. I don't have his
Dr.
picture here.
Jigsaw?
I don't have his picture here, but his
Oh.
name is Shakog Bolga.
Yeah, Shakog. I turned
Yeah,
to Shakog.
Shakog is also there, and he's happy to see you.
Clear the chieftain's schedule for a time because this is a big one.
Oh, is it that important?
Got the bottle.
He Shakog, like whatever logbook he was holding, he closes and throws it on a table, like 5 feet away, just like fuck all, whatever that was.
Zakar pulls out one of the casks from Arzan.
Yeah.
Just like kunk.
Aha! You've come bearing gifts.
Well, of course.
Rourke appreciates.
But you might need it for this one.
Serve first and then talk.
Yes.
And a round of drinks is poured. Rourke takes a swig and is like, "Oh, Rourke forgot what Arzan's mead tasted like. That takes us back.
So,
with
actually, hold on. I have to brag first. Bag, head, thunk.
Rourke looks at it again, not recognizing it right away. And then he slams his fist down on it. Goes, excellent. Rourke remains in awe of your accomplishments.
Well, let's be clear, it was a team effort, but yeah. Bitch ass here walked into Bifrost, but did not get to walk out. So that's what counts. Head, bag, away.
Yes. Fuck him.
Indeed. I stopped over in Dhaka and tell General Barak about it. He was pretty stoked. Anyway, that's not important. What's important is that all of us are in the Five Pints are scattered to the winds at the moment, trying to accomplish everything under the sun before, well, Alabar eats the sun. So, Brando's on another plane of existence right now. I'm here, about to make ready to sail to the South Pole to talk to the Red Lady about all this shit. Cyrus, Wild, and our new addition, the goblin named Kimberly, are over in Hunter's Vale right now. And somehow, some fucking... however they did it, Cyrus, Wild, and Pemberley found some changelings who were somehow, some way, stupidly talkative about your parents.
I think at the mention of his parents, both Rourke and Shakog get eerily quiet and a little white.
Yeah, exactly.
What
So,
did they say?
According to this changeling, they and another one of them were paid to be the corpses of your parents in their graves.
They were the ones in the graves. Then where is Rourke, not being the most intelligent man you've ever met? You can see the cogs spinning and in between, in between the shock and everything. It's a tricky one. And he goes, Are my parents alive? Is that what you're trying to tell Rourke?
I'm telling you, it's not impossible that they might be. I'm not telling you anything definitively, other than, well, Wild was saying that it was the gloves doing a lot of talking on the subject.
Shakog kind of claps his hands and is like, yes. I was hoping that would pay out.
Well, it did. So, the gauntlets say that that changeling was one of the ones that he saw.
Durork is truly shaken by this whole discussion. There's a moment where he remembers that he's holding a glass of alcohol, at which point he empties it.
Yeah.
He drinks whatever was left in there, and he puts it down.
The team in Hunter's Vale are going to follow up on that and see if they can't find a who or a where of what in the hell is going on and who would want anything to do with this and where are they kind of nonsense. Who knows what or what they will find out or when they will find it.
Shake Hog is like, well, this is just about the best news we've received in months. Years, maybe.
It's quite the something.
Durork struggles to put words together, but after, like, taking this all in for a couple minutes, he's like, Durork already owes the 5 pints everything. There is no way Durork can repay you for this, regardless of what you find.
Hey man, just put it on the end of the world tab.
You know I'm in your debt. There is no end to it.
As if you weren't harboring fugitives of the state under your king's nose for, what, a year? Don't worry about it.
Still, the debt remains. Whatever you
Whatever you say, bro.
It's been far and away since you've seen Durork so serious.
All right.
You've seen him
I
go
get
into
it.
murderous rages that carried more jovial energy than the way he feels right now.
Well, I do mean it when I say put it on the tab, because the world is going to try really, really hard to end by the come winter. So if you want to pay us back, start raising your battalions and training now.
He
Raise the-
nods very solemnly.
Raise the best army of orcs with the best metals that you can.
We will shake the coast.
I know you will. Anyway, that's news.
Durork takes a deep breath and goes, Durork needs some time to think. And more things to drink. And Shakog is on it already. And I think without too much more needs to be said in that particular scene.
Yeah, probably not.
Yeah. Needless to say, Durork is shook and incredibly thankful by all of this. But yeah, he a red carpet is rolled out for you if if ever you need one in Durork's domain. As has actually always been the case, but he seems particularly enthusiastic about it these days. But anyway, I think we will close your story here, and we will move on.
Yeah, because it's basically just okay, everyone, get on the
Yeah.
boat.
After that, you're on a boat for quite a while.
It's gonna be a minute.
The path that goes from Watchits to Scoria is not a short one.
No. I will call the others
Mhm.
of be like Wilhelm, give me the Brando stone, and be like, and just convey the conversation I had to Rourke to
make
them.
sure everybody knows what's up.
Mhm.
Yeah, time is wibbly wobbly right now. So anyway, you will inform everybody. You will set sail. That's going to take a while. Let's wind the clock back to 2 weeks ago, when Brando and Tao flashed out of the plank and were teleported to God knows where.
Can we take a little break first? Just need to use the restroom.
Oh yeah, go right ahead. We can take
Okay.
a break.
All right.
5
All
minutes.
right, so we can talk about it. Amazing.
Time
Amazing.
for a commercial break.
Yeah.
I fucking loved everything that everyone has done so far. It's been really, really great.
Oh yeah, this has been really cool.
I'm so happy the Rourke stuff came up again. I was so worried that Thread was just gonna be abandoned forever.
Dude, can I just say, we will shake the coast? Ooh.
Mhm.
Ooh.
Badass line.
That's a good one.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
I
man.
am starting to get a little tired.
It's okay. Brando's thing is, I don't think, gonna go very long. This will wrap up the evening. Put a cap on it. The thing is, like, most of you are going to be traveling for a while. Brando traveled for a very short period of time, and we're going to talk about what he's up to while the rest of you are traveling.
Yeah.
But it's mostly going to be, well, we'll get to it.
God bless him.
Spill the beans. Yeah, every time Dorork comes up, I'm like, yay! I love being Dorork. He's one of the best NPCs.
Yeah. It's just really, really fun to I don't know. Yeah, interact with Dorork, and then also have, yeah, like you said, all of his stuff brought back up. Getting a little bit of closure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Also, I think it's serendipitous, but I don't think it's unbelievable that we met these fucking these changelings, and it's just like, there is also a reason. I spent what did he say, like 400 gold on them?
Yeah.
300? It was something like that. It was a good deal.
Just making a changeling feel better.
They haven't literally.
Mhm.
Oh, excuse me, 301 gold pieces plus dinner.
Mm-hmm.
Gosh, that one was so weird because I had to dig in my brain real quick because I was like, oh fuck, yeah, oh, dang it, who do I know?
Mm-hmm.
I'm back.
All right, cool.
Oh,
all right, Brando.
All right. Sending stone.
Yep. So, like, before any of that shit happens, this is way back when y'all were in the plank. Poof were, magic sounds. So, you and Tao still standing on what appears to be remnants of the circle. That kind of appears like it went with you, and now it's just kind of like sitting dormant at your feet. But you're somewhere completely different now, and the whole scene around you has changed. Now, currently you stand on a familiar, vast, drab-colored landscape. You're looking at this area and being like, oh yeah, we landed in the right spot. I know this place. I know that we're sitting on one giant gear right now. Even if you can't see the teeth from where you're standing, You know they're out there. If you go, a few miles in the right direction, you'll find the edge. On the horizon, you can see structures here and there, plumes of smoke. There's distant sounds of machinery echoing over this emptiness. But one such structure is rather near to you, really close actually, maybe like 100 feet away from where you're standing currently. It is a huge building, absolutely huge, easily as big around as a palace, but very tall. Maybe like 15, 20 or more stories tall.
That's pretty tall.
Yeah.
Probably haven't seen a structure on World of Beasts like that.
Oh yeah, yeah. The architecture is somewhere between brutalist and Art Deco, which are terms that EOS hasn't even come up with yet, probably. But otherwise, it's pretty lifeless and quiet nearby you and in and around this building. Like there's all this bustling industry you can see in the distance, and over here there's nothing going on. If there were plants in Mechonis, a tumbleweed would roll by. There's piles of discarded machine parts just kind of littering the ground around you, like people just started throwing shit out the window and left it there. And that's the scene. That's where you're standing right now. And Tao kind of looks around. He's like, yep, about where I left it.
Well, at least we know the scroll wasn't a fake.
Yeah, that's good. That would have been a real waste of 10,000 gold.
I'm surprised you know how much currency is worth.
I can count. I've been your treasurer for like months now. Like as he is saying this, getting into an argument, one of the larger trash piles starts to move, and immediately Tao is like, and like tries to get behind you, but he's arguably taller than you are. This pile of fucking industrial waste just starts to grow. After a second, a hand comes out of it and can be seen pulling some of the wreckage off of itself. And as this figure stands to full sight, the familiar frame of Axelrod, covered in industrial garbage, poises itself and holds a closed fist out in your direction. And you can hear the familiar whirring of his rotary cannon begin to gain speed.
Rando is speechless for a moment and like, Axelrod?
And Tao is like, do something, please.
Okay. Rando extends, because he's extending a hand towards us.
He's holding out like a fist, and his gun is starting to spool up.
Axelrod, it's Brando. I am the son of Ralos Skyfire. And Brando's holding a hand out to go like, stand down.
It does not shoot you right away.
Oh, so I have to dodge.
No, it doesn't shoot you. It does not immediately open fire. It does pause long enough for you to say all that. After a second, it doesn't like take its attention off of you at all. But it does like toot a whistle, like a train whistle sounding thing. And a second after that, like you hear some sounds up on a balcony of this building, up on like the second floor. And a second later, a figure comes to the edge of the balcony, and you recognize his handlebar mustache immediately. But he cocks a revolver and points it in your direction. And is like, "Who's there?"
You know who's here. Actually, you don't know. Let me introduce myself.
What
Uncle.
Brando? He stows the gun. What are you doing here?
What am I doing here? Probably the same thing you guys are. Are we able to get up there to join you?
Yes. Your father's here. We'll meet you down in the lobby. We'll let you in. Axelrod, stand down, you big dumb idiot. And Axelrod just very stoically just slumps back down and kind of relaxes.
And
But-
Brando walks to the door, but looking at Axel, going like, "I'm looking forward to seeing you in action later."
It doesn't really regard you. Like it has received its orders and it is on standby. Anyway, yeah, you approach like what is apparently the front of this building. It doesn't have like a traditional front, but there is a way in, but it's not like an obvious. It's not like walking into the front of like the town hall or something like that. The architecture is, it's machine architecture, not person architecture. It doesn't completely make sense.
Mhm.
But
It's
you're
like the clock tower in
you're-
Castlevania.
you are met out front, and I didn't prepare art, but we know what they look like. Rallis and Rick Skyfire excitedly receive you outside the front door.
Brando
Rallis
gives
is like,
them both hugs.
yeah, Rallis is like, my boy, ha ha, gives you a big hug, and he's like, can't keep a good Skyfire away, huh?
Not at all. Something must have drawn you back to this flame.
Oh, indeed. Plans, always plans, right?
uh,
But what brings you here? Much
Skyfire
the same.
never stopping to think. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
And what brings you here? Much the same?
I want to bring the grave callers back into business. I want to give them another airship if possible.
Ah, we have similar goals, my boy. You're in good company. I must show you that this is an immense discovery. You will love this. Come inside.
Oh yes.
Yeah,
Let me see.
he starts leading you into the building. And he's like, "We had a grand plan to come here and try and strong arm some of the locals to do some work. But that turned out to be overly complex. But then we stumbled upon this place, and at first we just came here. We were gonna set up camp and just hang out here for a couple days.
Mhm.
But then the longer we stayed here, the longer we became enamored with what we found. And he leads you into this space.
Mhm.
And basically inside this building, it's not even like a building with like rooms in it necessarily. There are some side rooms and things, but for the most part, this massive building is one big chamber. And inside it are old, rusty, dusty machines. Of size and complexity that is really difficult for you to like understand just by looking at it. But they line the walls of this place and all the floor. Just acres of these machines. Some of them reach up like 50 to 100 feet before you lose sight of them amidst all the intricacies of this jumble of steel you're finding in here. There's catwalks running in and out and around all these different apparatuses, and it's impossible to parse everything that you're looking at once.
Does
Why
it also rain on Mechanus?
does it rain?
Yes.
You don't know. It didn't rain last time you were here.
True.
But why all of these parts with so many different functions would be packed together in the same place? I don't know.
Mhm.
You don't know.
Okay, just trying to get where the rust might come from. I
Yeah.
don't know how the world of Mechanus works, so
Mhm.
it's a curious thing.
Yeah. You kind of come into this room and you're just taking all this in.
Mhm.
And Ralos is like, so the Modrons had long since abandoned this place, but when we saw this, we couldn't convince ourselves to leave, and we've been trying to make sense of it for months now. But I think we're at a point where we can conclude that this is, in fact, a single massive assembly machine. I can only assume that the Modrons stopped using it because their system of construction relies on separation of different functions in order to efficiently build large quantities of things. But for single, large projects, everything in one place, it's astounding. I have come to call it the Mass Endothermic Omni-Weight Covalent Automated Fabrication Engine. And Rick, who had been like tinkering with something like sticks his head up from whatever project he was doing, whatever nut he was tightening. It was like, and before you ask, yes, that spells Meow Cafe. And Ralos is like,
God.
yes, but we're not calling it that because that's dumb. Listen,
I don't know. I have a fondness for something cute.
Brando, focus.
To
Listen
the brain.
to me. With all this, we could build anything. The sky is the limit, our imagination, our endless imagination. The only difficulty is that it's all mechanical. For arcane components, we need to expand our means. But that's a bridge we can cross when we get to it. And we have some solutions on hand for my current plans. And he goes and he drags up this like a case, like a big metal briefcase looking thing. He pulls it up onto a desk, pushes some shit out of the way. He opens this case up to reveal inside is a dozen or so glowing purple crystals all packed into rows. And he's like, see that?
I'm getting arcane vibes here.
Yeah, he's like, see that? Generic power sources and useful arcane point locators. The fellow we stole them from called them beacons. Someone far from home, by my estimation, their journal would indicate they were estranged from the material plane. Ashamed. Seemed they had an analytical mind about them, but anybody who studies carries them to another plane of existence beyond their ken can't be all that clever, am I right? And he nudges you with his elbow.
Brando pats Ralos's back.
Mm-hmm.
Are we going to need to remove all the rust here before we can get this going in action?
Oh, which will be a work in progress until we are dead, I'm sure, but it will be a great adventure, yes?
That it will. But
All right.
Unfortunately, we are somewhat strapped for time. Is there a way to clean to what we need in order to build an airship?
Oh, sure, yes. It's just, we can accomplish anything. Just give it time.
Brando thinks for a moment and is like, what if to clean some of the rust we use sound type of bombs or vibration frequency type devices? It would shake the rust off and make it easier to clean.
See, Rick, the mind already races.
I'm reminded of the Mythbusters using dynamite to clean up.
Right? Yeah. He's like, oh, we've discussed many methods for getting this fixed up, but not to worry. With you here, there's nothing we can't accomplish. Come join us so that we may wrestle this titan. Come, my boy. Let us construct grandeur itself.
Let us. I'm looking forward to it. Oh, and this is Tao, by the way. Or have they already met? I think they have.
I don't think so, but
This is
yeah.
Tao.
Yeah.
He was going to be my guide here, but now we can offer him a place to rest.
So in the interest of time, going forward, the Skyfire boys will be taming this beast to their own ends and bringing a lot of their projects to life in record time. With a little help from Tao doing math.
Yes.
And I think that brings us to
was
the
our
end.
numbers cruncher.
I think that brings us to the end of tonight's festivities.
Hey,
Right on.
Good session.
that was
right?
wild, Chris.
Yeah.
Yay!
Mm-hmm.
3 very interesting stories.
Mm-hmm.
That was not prepared.
Yeah.
Also,
There
you're
was
totally
a lot.
right.
There was a lot happening this session.
I apologize for all the laughing. It's just when like Cyrus and Wild are together. It's always
Hey, man. We're here to have fun. Like,
Yes.
And
all
then
good.
Pemberley is there to go like, I don't know what my role is in this, but I
And I'm here too.
Yep.
The bewildered bystander is really hilarious to have when you have like
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
one of our end characters.
No.
I'm new here. What have I signed up for?
Yeah. No. It's super good that like everybody's cool with just hanging around and watching all these vignettes carry on without them because the peanut gallery is always a good
Yeah.
part. Anyway, let's say goodnight to Twitch.
Good night, Twitch.
No, good night, Twitch.
Hope you had fun.
I see you in the chat, Katie. Thanks for coming by if you're still there.
Oh.
We love you.